All right, here we are. It says I'm live. Let me get a YouTube link up. I can figure this out. Give me a sec. Oh, wow. Here we are. Welcome, everybody. The link is up. Anybody wants to come up, come up. What I got to do right now is mute myself and go turn my stove on high and hopefully quiet that fan motor down. There's Yorga. Hey, Yorga, what's happening?
You can't get rid of me that easy.
That's cool, man. Hey, I got to go play with this stove for just a minute, see if I can get rid of this irritating noise, and I will be right back.
Okay, doke. Oh, wait a minute. I got to change my computer. Here we go. I can't read the chat on my phone, so I have to read it on my computer. Come on. There we go. Somebody said, dang, Yorga, what the hell did I do now? Hey, Daniel. Hi, Kino.
All right.
There he is.
All right.
All right.
Populating to the max.
That's
I got
right.
this stove with this motor that keeps making noise. I have a spare, but I am to replace that motor until the old one completely fails.
My stove is fucked up, right? And had to pull the control panel out, and what I have to do is just get a new stove because that's a Frigidaire from like fucking 2003. Ain't nobody got no parts for that shit. You know what I'm saying?
You can't get parts for it?
Hell no, bro.
All right, check this out.
Yeah, hell no.
I think it's called stovepartsunlimited.com. And check them out. You might be surprised.
All right. Yeah, I will. But it's just old, man, and the temperature regulator is out on it. And, what I have to do basically is just replace the motherfucker. I'm not trying to put no money in. You know what I mean? Like,
I understand.
I just want better. I just want to just get rid of that son of a shit. Get it out the way. You know what I'm saying?
No, Moose Man said I was told there'd be strippers here. It's just Yorga.
No, I don't want to. Yeah,
I'll show you my tits. How about that?
Jeez,
all right. Here we go.
Oh no, shit. Truffle shuffle, bro.
No.
I used to be overweight. Hey, bro, I was overweight at one time. I weighed 210 pounds.
Can't imagine.
Oh yeah, yeah. I haven't seen that since
to me, that's
grade.
overweight. To me, that's overweight, right? The point because my body doesn't allow me to have that type of body weight. You get what I'm saying? Like when I get anywhere over like 185 pounds,
right?
I start getting big. You know what I mean? Like,
but your frame isn't made for that weight.
No, yeah, right? Exactly. Yeah,
that's how I am.
Yeah. And so I have to be, between like 170, 180, and I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm 6 foot tall. I'm 5'11", like between 5'11" and 6 foot. So depending on how my back's doing, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, Stuart, that's a very interesting message, man. Thank you. You got me curious. I wish we could get together and talk private somehow, but your point is noted. And good morning, everybody else. It's hard for me to follow the chat and say hi to everybody individually, but love you all, man. Moose Man, good to see you.
Tom, if you give me a wrench, I will go ham in the chat.
I didn't know you didn't have one, man.
No,
You'll
brother. I'm
what?
saying if you do, I'll go ham in the chats for you. I'll go crazy. I'll post some stuff. You know what I mean, for everybody. Their
You're going
links
to
and
have to make
everything.
a comment so I can find you to give you a wrench.
Yeah, it's the one in the. Yeah, it was great when he went live. So
All the way up there. Let's see if I can find it.
I
Hey,
said
Mr.
we're in
Tom, I'm gonna,
Tom's domain now. so
hey, Mr.
so
Mr. Tom, I'm gonna jump down.
You don't have
I'll
to
be in
call
chat.
me mister. Well, I don't feel like you have to jump down, but man, you know, I'm happy you're here anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna be down in chat, brother.
All right, man.
All right.
Good. We'll see you.
Well, I always weighed 145 pounds.
damn.
Ever
Hey,
since
man.
I became an adult, I never went over. I think the most I might have weighed is 155, 160, the most. Other than
Wow.
145 my entire life.
Are you still that small?
Yep, still that small, 52.
Wow. Well, I tell you what, man. I was on the high school football team. I was a 113-pound lineman. That's how small the team was.
Wow.
But I
Fuck
did
you,
finally grow.
brother. Fuck you, bro.
Wow.
I got to 180, and I'm kind of holding there.
I'm 160. Still can't
Wow.
talk. 160, yeah. I'd feel better at 150. That's my scrapping weight. But yeah, I'm a little bit chubby.
I've got you all beat.
He says my scrapping weight. Oh shit.
Good morning, Redneck Prepper. Hey, Nikki. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Hey, Tom. I've been 220, pretty much.
220.
I guess since I was 45. I'm
Wow.
61 now.
Yeah, me too. I'm 61. In fact, I'm going to turn 62. What day is today? Saturday, Sunday. Yep.
Tomorrow.
Sunday.
Wow. Well, happy
Wow.
birthday if we don't see you, man.
Yeah, I
Happy
ain't a birthday
birthday.
person. I don't give a shit. It's just another day, you know. That's all.
Hey, man, at this point, we got to be grateful to make it to another one.
Well, you're right about that. You're right about
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I am grateful for every day. I'm grateful for every breath, you know.
I turned 62 in March 4th.
Oh, wow. My son is March 5th.
Wow. Does anybody remember how to change your avatar?
Yeah, you just go into your Google setting or on YouTube. It depends, you know, which one you want to do. Your Gmail, you know, your Google.
Wait a minute. Yeah, I see where you click on the avatar. It says edit
Yeah, how to edit, yeah. Has a little
audio.
pencil on it. Yeah. There you go. You got the eagle on here. Oh shit.
I'm back to where I was.
So, Tom,
Yes.
you think the stuff that the speech that your governor did, you think he's going to bring changes, or you think he's going to be able to do all the stuff that he talked about?
You know, I didn't hear the whole speech. The only thing I saw was him holding that dog up and telling Bette Midler to kiss baby dog's butt.
Oh,
I don't know. He's got this ugly dog. He's been hauling around the state all
yeah.
for a year or more,
Yeah.
trying to push the needle. But yeah, he told Bette Midler to kiss baby dog's butt.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
What was he talking about?
Well, I see some of it, like, you know, it's kind of funny because a lot of things that we was talking about on the shows by giving the power back to the sheriff and things like that, he was talking about that, funding them, giving law power back to, you know, the way it was like years ago. He was coming up with some real good, saying some good stuff for the state. But as far as if he's able to do it, because you know how deadlocked the legislation is. So But all the stuff that he wanted doing, man, it was like a lot of stuff that we've been talking about, that y'all talked about on the channel. It's like I was like, man, he must be listening to the channel or something.
He's good for the state, man. I like the guy. He's, that dude. Have you all ever heard of the Greenbrier Resort,
Yes.
where they had that vault for Congress to go to in case
Right,
of
right.
nuclear?
I swear I think I played there one time years ago. But
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That dude owns that place. He's a billionaire, and he's just like one of my idiot friends.
Yeah.
That's how he comes across.
What did they ever do with that underground thing? Are they still using it, or?
Oh, the resort still's running, and then the vault's still there, or the bunker, I think they call it.
Yeah. Huh. They didn't keep that secret very well.
Yeah, they sure did.
Well, I imagine that place was replaced with something a lot more
Something else,
high-tech.
yeah.
It didn't matter anymore because it was secret for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they all have new stuff now.
Yeah, he was talking some good stuff. I was like, wow.
Hey, Von Erich, you actually asked a lot of really good questions tonight, so don't worry about that. They were all good questions.
I appreciate it. I appreciate all of y'all answered them too, because it really helped me.
No problem. All right, my cat's knocking on my door. Come on in, you phone head.
I was
Cold?
I was looking at this news. I was looking at the news channel, one of these news channels, and it was kind of interesting. The president gave a funding to this organization for lawyers to represent the people that's coming over the border. And what it is set up as, not just the lawyers for the government, but it's the lawyers around the country. Like whoever's a lawyer can be picked to come into this fund, where the money is going to represent the people coming over the border. So I'm thinking, what are they trying to do?
Build the country
Man.
full of immigrants.
That's what they're trying to do. And you know what? This is illegal. We got to see this guy arrested once somebody else is in charge. We got to see this guy arrested for this. I heard say that in the month of December, there was some 178,000 people crossed the border illegally, and they were allowed to go. You don't even get locked up for being in this country illegally anymore. You have to commit another crime.
And you get more money.
Yeah.
I'm disabled. They get more money than I do.
Oh,
and
shit,
I worked and paid my whole life.
And earned it.
Have you seen all those airplanes? They're flying them to different places in the middle of the night and dropping them off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they the ones that coming from Afghanistan or something, right? Are they the ones?
No, they're coming from everywhere, bro. Every single country in the world, like
Right.
over 60 countries.
Well,
So, and then we want to act like coronavirus, or excuse me, we want to act like the flu, is bad, right? You know what I'm saying?
well,
You know what I mean? But we're letting all these people in here that are, not vetted. You get what I'm saying? To
Yeah.
be here in this country like that. So, and then we want to act like and punish our people for that.
so
That's not okay.
I think if that's like you said, 1A, if they bringing people over like that all over, and they set up that slush fund, for lawyers to come in and represent the people that's coming over the border, then
Yep.
then this must be something in place that they have for an agenda, because that means
Yeah.
basically probably about 10 years from now, it won't be no. America will be so much different than what we see and grew up on.
Yeah, I'm
Oh yeah,
wondering
it'll be
if
gone.
we're not being ignorant, not thinking ahead of what they're doing and why they're doing it.
They're thinking ahead. They want voters, and they want to destroy America as a sovereign nation. They're wanting to dilute us down to a degree where we're no longer really Americans. That's the entire agenda of the thing. Now, I tell you what, I'm real excited about this truck convoy, and you'll think I'm changing the subject, but I'm not.
I'll go for it.
Yeah.
Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Von Erich, do you know what I mean when I say Route 695?
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
All right, let me suggest this to you, and I can't name all the streets,
Mm-hmm.
but let's say I bring a dozen, 15 trucks,
Mm-hmm.
and I go to the inside of the Beltway on Caton Avenue,
Mm-hmm.
and then I take 15 more up to Russell Avenue,
Right.
and go down into the street
Mm-hmm.
and stop at that first red light and lock those trucks up and walk away. Now we're going to let people out. If they want to leave Baltimore, they can leave Baltimore.
Right.
But we're going to block every daggone street entering that city off that Beltway with about 15 big rigs.
Oh my gosh.
Now doing that to Baltimore ain't going to
Oh.
accomplish nothing. But
Right.
let's run 50 miles down the road.
Right. Yeah.
Get on 495 and block every damned exit that goes into that city.
Oh my goodness, that will be woo.
And sit there,
Yeah.
tell these sons of bitches do something right.
Right.
Like resign.
Right.
I'm going to start pushing that shit. As soon as the truckers are done in Canada, they can move down here and shut DC down.
Right. Yeah, they could. Yeah, they definitely. If they do, especially 495. You talking about people going?
Talking 495, and like I said, let them get out. Don't block the outbound lanes. Let them get out. Ain't nobody coming in though.
You basically not just DC, but you doing this the tri area. You doing like DC, Virginia, and then you got Pennsylvania and Delaware. Yeah, you was shut pretty much because all them people be on 495. Oh my goodness, it'll be you know that probably be worldwide news if that happened.
Totally nonviolent.
Yeah.
No weapons. Don't need weapons. We're gonna stop it. Just shut it down.
Yeah.
I wish maybe when those guys are finished in Canada, if it's successful up there, we need a big old truck convoy coming to DC. You remember when the farmers brought all their tractors and farm equipment down there?
Yeah, I remember.
It was a mess. It was a mess.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But did it do any good, Tom?
They got some attention. That was so long ago. I don't remember whether it did any good or not. But they did.
It did good for the union.
Well, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
This is a good.
It did good for them. But as a whole, I leave that up to you. Depends on who you're talking to, but not to everybody. But if it's successful in Canada, yeah. But would the thing is, Tom, do you think that will be able to happen here though? Because
why wouldn't it?
If it's you think they would do that?
They're doing it in Canada. There's plenty of American truck drivers trying to get across the border right now, from what I hear, because they want to take part in it.
But do you think? Answer me. Do you think that the unions here, by them being in bed with the government, will allow that to happen?
How can they stop it? Are you talking about truckers' unions?
Yeah, the truckers' union.
You got any idea how many wildcat truckers are out there, man?
Yeah, you can't stop it.
You can't stop that.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I got
Yeah.
it. Yeah, okay.
Where's Ghetto? We need Ghetto up here.
Yeah, Ghetto ought to come up here. He won't like my idea, but that's okay.
I thought Ghetto was in here. I thought I saw him.
That's why I want his opinion.
I thought he was in chat somewhere.
He is.
They
Ghetto.
say there's 150,000 trucks on the road up there. Can you imagine?
That's a
Tom, they
bunch.
broke the world record, Tom. They broke the world record for longest convoy.
Longest
So-
convoy? What was it?
Yeah,
100?
so I feel bad for America because I'm like, Canada's like just like straight up. We're always talking shit about Canada, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
And then Canada just stands up and does some crazy just shit that we should be doing. Some patriotic, everybody's standing up for freedom there, and I'm sitting here like, why isn't it happening in our country?
Hey,
Well, we
So-
haven't had enough yet. Canada's finally had enough. And
If
we
y'all
go
don't
back to
mind,
the discussion we had
Tom or
the other
somebody.
night. Give me just a
What?
second, Yorga, and I'll be done.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Just the other night, we were talking about the Declaration of Independence, and I still can't quote it, but Thomas Jefferson said, it's only human nature for men to suffer evil until evil becomes unsufferable. And then
Agreed.
we stand up and start kicking.
Agreed.
Go ahead, Yorga.
I was just going to say, I saw the whatever you want to call it, convoy or whatever, but I don't really know what it's about. It's about the masks or something, right?
Yeah,
They are literally demanding that the Canadian government resign, from what I understand.
Oh,
And they are going to shut Ottawa down until it happens.
no kidding. So
That's
they've got
what
those
I
trucks
heard.
and they're actually blocking commerce and all
They're-
that kind of bullshit.
Yeah, and if I'm wrong, somebody correct me, but that's what I understand.
no, that's exactly what it is, brother. Because
All right.
Yeah, I
what
didn't
they're
know.
doing, and there's USA convoy on the way. Gonna be there tomorrow.
Okay.
So
Did
what's
somebody
up?
say there was
What's up?
150,000
convoy.
trucks?
Yeah.
No, they're no, not 150,000. No, there's going to
Application.
be about 35 to 50,000, and
That's
it's going
enough.
to be they're saying a 350, I think, mile convoy.
Someone said that
coming in.
if you lined them up, it'd go from here to the moon.
I don't know about that shit.
250,000
But no, they're really about it. And the thing is yeah, they want to block the border because that Ottawa. The thing is did you hear about Trudeau? How he actually was talking about how he got the thing that everybody gets. You know what I'm saying?
He's
And yeah, no. But what the funny thing is he forgot that he tweeted that he tested negative. And it's,
that little weasel. Hey, y'all got me excited. I got to go pee. I'll be right back.
he's like,
Yo, fucker.
damn, bro, that was mean, bro.
Those people must be really fed up up there. But it's fun with them to overthrow the. Would it be overthrow the government or because isn't Canada still under the crown?
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah. So do they want to be independent or they want
When
to
you
overthrow the government?
Vaughn, when you swear in citizenship in Canada, you have to you're taking a an oath basically to the Queen of England.
Okay.
So you're a British subject.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you want to say, yeah, put it that way,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
But do
no.
they want to break? Do they want to break away from the crown and come independent, or they just don't? They want the whole government out of there.
I don't know, man. Like, I think they
Yes.
just want to be left alone. And that's what everybody wants in this in any country is to be to let the fuck alone, to be able to do what we want to do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they want to break away from tyranny, because if you look at it, Trudeau, supposedly, and I'm gonna say it's a conspiracy, right? Justin Trudeau is Fidel Castro's son.
Whose son?
Fidel Castro.
Oh, for real? Oh, shit.
Yeah. Just look it up. Just look at. You're not gonna find it. You got to really search for it now, because you know how stuff used to be really
Right.
prevalent. Wherever you went and search. Now it's not
Yeah.
like that. But
Get it.
look it up. Look it up.
No, I
I
heard.
didn't know that.
I heard that, but I didn't know if it was. It was some type of. Yeah, I heard it was some type of the family or something that it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
So
out.
it's communism from the get go. It's just passing the torch on. You know what I'm saying? So.
Get out. Leave us old guys alone. We want to put the seat down. We will.
That's why I said he didn't just stick the knife in, he twisted it.
Was Ghetto talking a bunch of shit?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
a little bit.
Come up here and do it to my face, man. Oh man, as good as I've been to you.
And I think that's what it's turning into. I think that's what it's taking over. This a communist, socialist, Marxist agenda, and I think that's what's coming in.
And they got no idea how bad it's going to be if they get their way. Even they don't understand it. They think they're going to be up on top, though. It's not going to happen.
But see, that's the thing. If they bring it, I'm sorry if I keep going back, but it's just something it keeps going on in my head. If the slush fund for lawyers to have people, it's an agenda that they're doing. And most of those people that's coming over, they come from a socialist system.
Yep.
Yes.
They're used to it.
Right.
Yep.
So you have people that's flooding into the US that's used to a socialist communist system. That means
It's all good to them.
Exactly. So that means if they flood the market with them, flood it into the United States, that means it's going to be they implementing something for an agenda in the long run.
Right. Makes it easier for them.
Right.
Brother, but you look at how many illegal immigrants have flooded our country from say the 50s, or even say the 20s, all the way up to a certain time period in our country. And for a long time on the census, Hispanic people were considered white. Okay, they hid the truth from us. They flooded us with immigration for a long time, and Hispanic people had to identify as white in the consensus for a long time. So, I mean, we've had a lot of people from different ethnicities in our country for a long time, and the no census is going to really put a number on that, because there's no way you can. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I wanted to
You
follow
can't.
up with Vaughn real quick about what he was saying about these people coming from communist countries. When I was younger, I fell into a group of people, and a lot of these people were like the grandchildren of people from Eastern Europe, people that had fled communism to come.
Right.
They'd fled communism to come to America. And by the second and third generation, they're already back voting for the very shit that their grandparents ran.
Dang.
And I never understood that.
Yep.
But
They
people
forget.
from Poland and Czechoslovakia and places like that, and I knew the kids, all American kids, but their parents taught them that shit.
Damn.
Why would you fall back into something that you ran away from? But yeah, look at bad marriages, I guess. I don't know how to explain it.
The Stockholm syndrome.
Good point. Good point.
Or just history repeating itself.
You think the drugs
That may be.
or the stuff they put in our food, air, water makes us forget?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't think so. I really
I
don't.
know about that.
I say this, a part over there in the Arctic area, man, that Russia, that Arctic area, I mean, that's going to be a cash cow for Russia. They building so much stuff over there, natural gas, oil over there, so oil route. They don't have to go a certain way to get to China and many of those Asian companies. You got Beijing is investing over there. You got Israel is investing in there. That's going to be a big cash cow for Russia. And that's why, and there's so many countries that adapted to that socialist system and is slowly implemented into the U.S.
Yeah.
Slowly, and especially in many of these states. Remember that Trump put a sanction on China, and remember that sanction he did. Now, the governor of Chicago was still doing business with China, and the governor of Georgia. So they may have sanctions federally, but not state. So if they can do that, and plus California has been doing business with China for decades. I mean, they pretty much own California. Let's be clear on that. So I believe it's going to be a wave coming.
I agree.
Oh shit! Look at it! Look at them little things further. Damn.
Oh man, look at that. Oh man, look at that.
Yeah, it's cute as hell.
Oh, it's hot.
I had to let Virginia see her baby.
Wow. How you doing, man?
Doing all right. How you guys doing?
Yeah, we're still hanging like we always do.
Yeah. I needed to get up and smoke a little pot and do some visiting and stuff. And
You picked the right place to come, brother.
yeah, of course I did. I don't know though, because you let Ghetto up here like right after me. I'm like, I don't know about that. No, how's my dog doing? That's what I want to know.
What's up, Hawk? What's up, fellas?
How you doing,
What's up?
brother?
Hey, Ghetto.
What's up, guy?
What up, Ghetto?
Why you sound tired, man?
Who, me?
Wife made you work your ass off tonight or something?
She always makes me work, man. That's why she keeps me around.
She put you on that Rihanna regiment. Work.
Dog's doing all right, man. He's a freaking beast. He's a
Getting big
beast.
fast, I bet.
Oh, man. Yeah, he won't stop.
Of course, no, he's not going to stop until he's about 2.5 years old, brother. And then,
Yeah,
and then after that, then he fills out.
yeah. That's I'm expecting it. Yeah, he's already got him sitting and shaking.
How's he doing with the other dog?
Is he in the protection mode?
No, I mean, well,
That comes closer to a year old.
if you call him running in between my legs and stopping, protection mode. That's more of a fucking opposite of protection mode. No, I'm not tired of that, man. I'm just researching properties after properties. I'm just kind of zoned out, honestly.
Trying to get in the
looking?
real estate, man.
There's a big farm right across the creek from me that's for sale.
Where are you looking?
It's like 18 acres.
Is it?
Yeah.
I wonder. How much that? Well, what do they have on it though? They have a house or?
Well, the Koreans
just a
that
property.
got graded had it set up for 8,000 plants to grow. They got raided about 3 months ago, and they had like 80 something farms in Oregon, and they hit all of them simultaneously.
Yeah,
throughout the whole state.
Why?
That would be why I'm going out of the state.
They were trafficking people.
Oh shit.
They were using the cannabis as they were using it as slave labor to grow, and then selling them off at the same time that they sell the pot.
Damn.
Yeah,
man.
So it was all foreigners that they had there. There was one English speaking person, but they were it was the people that were coming in to buy the pot were coming in and buying the people too.
They learned it from our government.
The people that are streaming across our southern border, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no. Some of these, some of them, yes, but a lot of them were like Chinese, Chinese people that got brought over in containers and shit like that.
Okay.
We'd run into them in the grocery store, and we'd have little short conversations with them before their handler came back up to them. And they told us everything. You know, they weren't afraid to speak to us. But until that person came around the corner, and then at that point there it was hush hush and back to getting the things that they were sent there to get, and shit like that. So they didn't last long. They were there for probably about a year, and while they were there, they put up like 14 greenhouses bigger than mine, and a whole bunch of shit. So yeah, it was a pretty big bust. It's you can look it up in the newspaper. It actually did hit the news, and I think it was right around Thanksgiving.
Biggest marijuana seizure in the United States, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was. They said somewhere around $38 million worth of cannabis.
Wow. Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Where are you looking, Ghetto?
I'm looking more across the states: Florida, Missouri, Tennessee.
Oh,
yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of the West, man. We got a year, so I have
like
until
West Virginia, man. You wouldn't
look in North Georgia.
Look at Tom just doesn't want me to go there. That's some bullshit.
I think
look
that
in North
Florida.
Georgia,
I think too many people are moving to Florida too fast.
Arkansas.
Oh no, I agree.
That's going to end up a problem.
Yeah,
it's going to end up flipping over into the ocean, man.
I may just move out to my bug out freaking area that I'm thinking, which would be North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana. I'd rather live next to a reservation, even though I know how bad they are. They're the only ones I see faring well through a SHTF situation. They've been doing it their whole lives. I like the cold, man. I like the cold. I like it when my wife's nipples are real hard, too.
You can't grow nothing.
Makes a happy day.
What are you going to grow? How are you going to feed yourself?
I'm going to get my wife pregnant.
Okay.
And milk. No,
there you go.
I'm just playing. No, I know how to do indoor hydroponic stuff like that, but no, that's why it's all just, I'm just circulating it right now. I just know I don't want to be in California, Washington, Oregon, Idaho. Definitely not Idaho. Utah.
Look,
Arizona.
Utah just passed medical
72.
marijuana. They might be safe.
What did you say?
Utah just passed medical marijuana, so you might be safe there.
Oh.
Nah, their age of consent is 14 years old. I'm good.
What?
I'm good. Yeah. That's like the hub of fucking United States for fucking kids getting fucked up.
Get
Fuck
away
Utah.
from there.
Yeah.
Get away.
Isn't that the state? Isn't that with the Latter-day Saints?
Mormons.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bro, they run that shit.
I'd be in prison so fast if I lived down there, or if I even stayed down there longer than an hour.
Damn,
But now we're just looking. We found Missouri. I found shit, man. I found 3-4 bedroom houses on like 1 acre of land for like $50,000.
I'm telling you. Oh,
that's
Ouachita
nice.
Mountains in Arkansas. It's a good place to go, man.
Yeah. Kind of worried about Arkansas though. They all look related.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of like them West Virginians.
Damn, bro. Don't do
Just
Tom
kidding,
like
Tom.
that, bro.
I'm just kidding, Tom. Just kidding.
Yeah, Chris, there's cartel in every single state, brother.
Oh yeah.
Every state in this country, all 50 of them. Actually, all 51 of them.
52. Don't we got 52 now?
Well, okay. So we have occupied South Korea for more than 50 years.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, there you go.
It could literally be called a state of the United States.
Yeah.
Because of the occupation period.
Well, I was thinking Cuba and Puerto Rico, but yeah, I guess South Korea too, huh?
I think
Cuba's not ours.
We've been there long enough.
Yeah.
50. I think it's 50 states and 2 territories. I think
Yeah, there you go. There you go, Vaughn.
No,
I mean,
Puerto Rico. No, Puerto Rico was dubbed as state. They were dubbed as state. I think it was like 7 years ago.
So
Puerto
they
Rico.
So they go a state. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was. They took away the territorial so that they could get, so the demis could give them hurricane relief and all that shit.
Oh,
yeah, that's why Trump went over there and gave him some paper towels. That was real nice of him.
He gave him a hell of a lot more than that. Let me tell you.
No, he shouldn't have been on TV like a jackass.
Oh no. Dude, you should have seen the fucking warehouses. Tom, you remember that?
I did see the warehouses, man, but again, you shouldn't have been over there like a jackass. And rightfully so, though. That's a state. You know, he's commander in chief. That's a state. He should have been in that. All of us should have.
Yeah, but they fucking hit that shit, man. And then they said that he didn't give him nothing but a roll of fucking paper towels.
I don't think Puerto Rico is a state. I'll look it up online, but I swear to God, I don't think we have 51 states. What do you think, Tom?
It wasn't official.
It's still a territory.
That's what I thought. I didn't think.
No, I think it's state. That would be big news. I'll look it up real quick, though, just for laughs.
I missed. What area do you say has become a state?
Puerto Rico is what they're talking about, but I don't think so.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah,
I've
been down there. I was down there when I was a kid, and they were having anti-American demonstrations and shit, burning the dummies and all that kind of happy shit.
Not legally.
No. Okay, so it's 50,
because
states and 5 territories. It's 50 states and 5 territories.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico.
Right.
All right, well, I don't need to look it up then, but yeah, it's not a state. Not yet.
Right.
I know it was 50 states in it because I think Guam, Puerto Rico, what's another?
Man, we got our hands on every piece of land on this planet.
Well, somebody just wrote up here: Virgin Islands, Guam, American Samoa, Puerto Rico. But not all the Virgin Islands are heirs. I got my passport today actually because I might be going to. I guess it's the British Virgin Islands. I don't know.
And I think DC is labeled something. I don't know if it's labeled a term.
Oh,
it's labeled something else.
It's just a district. It's a district.
It's a district. Okay.
Yeah.
So who would own the Marshall Islands? Who would own the Marshall Islands?
I don't think we own them.
I
don't think.
That was the first place we nuked.
Oh, yeah, we like to own shit and blow it up. You know what I'm saying? We like to own shit and blow it up.
That's where we tested our nukes before we even dropped them in Japan. People that were living.
They tested some on Bikini Atoll, and they had problems with the natives around there. Got all sick and shit.
Do you know they tested Agent Orange in Arkansas?
Oh God, really?
Everybody here is trying to get cancer one way or another.
What?
Hey, not to change subject. Did you guys hear about that? Did you guys hear about the what was the name of the aircraft carrier? The Carl Vincent. This has just been in the last couple of days. A F-35, which I don't know what they cost, but it's a new jet, and I don't know why they just didn't land it, vertical. But it came in and it missed the hook or something on the aircraft carrier, went over the edge. And we're trying to fight, China and us are trying to get that bastard. I don't know how deep it is, but I think the best thing to do is just blow the bitch up, man. If we could, just drop some shit down there,
No doubt.
I mean, what does that plane cost? It's got to be $500 million, probably.
I wouldn't even guess.
I wouldn't even guess. It'd be a lot though. None of that shit's cheap.
That's where you're at, Redneck? I
We
didn't know you
waste
was in
so
Arkansas.
much money on
Yeah.
I thought Tennessee for some
military
reason.
No, I'm in Arkansas.
That's why. Yeah, I
I'm
didn't know that about the
30.
Agent Orange stuff.
30
Wouldn't
miles.
surprise me though.
No,
30 miles west of where Bill Clinton was raised.
Wow.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Was that there where Bill Clinton was?
Hey, Redneck, I got to say, man, and I do hope I don't jinx it, but your mic sounds so good after all the months of grief you have gone through. Dialed in.
Hey,
you
Tom.
know what I did? I got headphones.
Oh, is that what you did?
Yeah.
You finally got the headphones. I was going to say, hey, Tom, guess who helped him too?
You're like a daggone radio station there, man. You are crystal clear.
Maybe one more week, Amazon will be able to come up with a microphone.
All right.
I mean, with a camera.
Oh, okay.
And the cables, or I can make this thing work on this old computer. But
don't do that to us, Redneck. Come on now. You're good the way you are, man. We like looking at that.
Come on,
that bald eagle.
I just had to interrupt and say that because I know, man, how much turmoil you've been going through with that thing.
Wait for me to break out in that Billy Joel song. I love you just the way you are.
Oh God, no.
Oh, thanks, guys.
I swear they played that in a club I played in last night. When we weren't playing, that song came on, and all of us went, "Oh no!"
Someone said that
was Billy Joel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone said that plane cost $80 million.
80 million. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now.
That's still expensive.
Good God, it's expensive.
What I was trying to get across to you was Arkansas property is really cheap. And you get
it's got Agent Orange all over it.
Well, it's pretty much washed out. But, but
it's in your DNA now. It's cool.
Right. Yeah, that's it.
No, I was looking there as well. I go through landmanagement.com, and I've been looking, man, across the board, honestly. But I believe Arkansas and Missouri is a lot like Florida. Sorry about that, guys. In the sense that everybody's going
better.
Yeah.
And
everybody's going to Missouri.
Well, all right. We sold the golf course. We sold the golf course to a guy he bought it. The guy's from Dallas, Texas, got his own business, doing really, really good. Evidently, he's got a lot in 401, the stock exchange. Really, really cool guy. Like-minded, which I can't say enough about the guy being like-minded. I couldn't have wished any better.
Wow. Hey, Ghetto, do you think that you're going to Missouri, and what was the other state that you said?
1 second, man. I'm wrestling dogs. Go. Get your ass over here. Man, they won't. She won't shut up every time he walks. He walks like a fucking elephant. And my old ass dog over here, she just barks every time he walks.
Oh wow.
No, so we're looking. Honestly, we're looking everywhere. It's about price for us. I mean, I would stay here, honestly. I mean, it ain't even about family. I'm not worried about the political crap. We're all fucked when it comes to that. It doesn't matter what state we're in.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. That's what I was because if you those people like moving to those states, do you think that once you move there, all of a sudden the laws change?
Oh yeah, exactly. And then they blame the outsiders, and they do that. It's easy just by living here. It's easy to blame California for all our problems. I mean, I grew up here. I was raised here. I watched the gangs come in here. I watched the cartels, the politicians. I watched all the, but it was by design. and we're living in the reason as to why it was by design.
Right.
That's why when I was wanting to come up here when you guys were asking me about, because you guys were talking about the convoy and stuff, and as much as I applaud Canada for what they're doing, if they are not ready for war after they're done doing, then all of a sudden it's just another fucking march.
Right.
And you can look back at the Black Panthers, you can look back at the civil rights movements. All they fucking did was march. Then they had anniversaries of marches. The marching needs to fucking stop. It's time to stand the fuck up for our future generations. The solidarity I agree with, I'm 100%, but if there's nothing after the solidarity, all you're doing is circle jerking and that's it. We got to take it back over. This whole system should be ours.
Ghetto.
Sorry, Tom.
No, don't you dare apologize. But I'm just saying that I think that the goal of this particular protest is going to be lock things down to the point where a whole lot more people than just the protesters are going to be pissed off.
I hope so.
They're going to start protesting too. And I'd like to see the entire city of Ottawa get shut down. And I would like to see DC get shut down.
I would like us to join.
Say again?
I'm sorry. I would like us to. Could you put Hawk on big screen while we talk, Tom? Because I think he was trying to show Virginia the white pups.
All right.
But I would like us to join, Tom. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with our country that France and fucking Canada and fucking Austria and all these other fucking places are rising the fuck up while we're sitting here on the fucking internet talking about what they're doing to us? And I'm not saying us in general. I'm just saying, you guys know what I mean. Like all of us. These fucking countries that we think are fucking pussies are sitting there doing something.
Because they are hurting. We ain't hurting enough yet to do it. That's the problem, Ghetto.
That's because we can't see the hurt. We can't see the wounds that they're inflicting on us. Because we keep fucking licking each other's wounds
Well, it's got to go past seeing the wounds and feeling the wounds is what and it's nothing's going to happen until enough people are hurt that they've had enough. We ain't there yet.
Well, why the hell ain't we paying attention to their wounds and what they're going through and knowing that, look, this is next? I mean, because all you hear, especially on all these channels, is, well, we're next, guys. I mean, look what they're going through. We're next. I'll see you on the next live stream. What the fuck?
I hope we are next. I hope we are, man. We got to be. It's got to happen sooner or later.
What do you expect with a potato in charge?
Yeah,
no, he's a fucking distraction.
I
mean, no disrespect to anybody, but he was put there to distract us, so all we can do is blame him.
Yeah, agreed.
But I think, like Ghetto, you was going to have a show about Native Americans.
Yeah. I was waiting until you got better, and now I got to get better.
Yeah, but I was thinking about that. But you got to remember, the country is divided truly divided. It's just like this. We all need to stand up. Remember when the Native Americans was out there protesting when they was doing that to their land? Everybody, I'm talking about everybody in the United States should have been there. But we wasn't. Everybody wasn't. And if we're not together as a whole, that's the reason why they're able to do what they're doing. You have things that's going on in different parts of the United States, in the hood, in the suburbs, and things like that. But people do not band together. Whatever goes on in the suburb, people from the hood should be out there. Where everything going bad and rights are being taken in the hood, people in the suburbs should be there. But we're not. We are divided. We are looking at that. That's the reason why they implementing certain things in schools, because it's a tactic for division. But we need to understand that and come together. If we ever going to rise up and take over who's in charge, we all have to come together. Stop that division. Stop that whatever's going on in the hood. Oh, that's in the hood. No, you need to be down there. South need to be up north. North need to be down south. Forget that division. Forget what state that you in. Get your butt up go to wherever rights is being taken and go there and stand up and fight for those people. If we all Americans, then let's start acting like we're Americans.
Agreed.
100% agreed, dude.
You're completely right, man.
Look at Flint, Michigan. They're still out of fucking water, people.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Isn't that stupid? I mean, it's simple.
Their fucking water was not in any way, shape, or form safe to fucking drink either. Let me tell you, that fucking water got fucking nasty.
Right.
That shit,
That's
you
my
know, I'm
point.
telling you, yeah, you know, that's literally poisoning your people, you know, and you know, this is the thing is we have so many of these events going on worldwide, you know, that situations like this are happening. And it's like we hear about it, but it's like, oh well, they're 5 states away from us, so it's not my concern. So I have to agree with Von Erich there. You know, it boils down to all of us standing up for each other all at one time. We need to forget about what we like and don't like about people, you know, and everything else, and just accept the fact, you know, because you know, it was like the conversation we had a couple of nights ago. You know, there were 2 laws that were given to us that you know basically superseded everything else. You know, before before it, and that was love your neighbor as you yourself want to be loved, and love your God with all your heart, and that's it. Those are the only things that we got to do. Everything else, it has been a fucking game for these people. They've taken advantage of every bit of our lives. You know, I'm 56 years old and I have not been able to live my life because I'm constantly working to support their lives.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm done with that. I'm not paying fucking taxes. I'm not fucking giving this government a single fucking dime until we have a representative government for a fucking new republic, that allows us to do what God gave us the rights to do and not what man has allowed us to do. Yeah. And I'll shut up now.
It was like Flint was the beginning of the genocide of the jab.
Yep.
It was just the start of it.
They were seeing if we would have came together for them.
Right.
Same with the pipelines and stuff with the Native Americans. We're too fucking divided. And people can blame the media. They can blame the politicians. Why don't you start fucking blaming yourself? Because your ass didn't get up. You had an excuse. You blame the media. Who fucking cares about the media? I get it. They brainwash tons of people. That's not my problem. I'm so fucking tired of people. Oh, we need to wake them up, man. Leave them sleep. Shit. Let's put them on the front line.
Agreed.
Yeah.
By the way, IRS, I pay my taxes. I'm not like Hawk. Everything is legit. I do not own fire. I don't do shit.
All my bills are paid.
It's when I live in the hood, and I go back and forth with homies and things like that, because when you see certain things going on, I don't care what the person is. I don't care what color it is. Do you see that person's rights being taken? We all need to be out there.
Absolutely.
When Aaron Rodgers was on the TV and they talked about he lied, everybody should have been like, hell no, we're not going to let him be dragged down. He did not lie. So stop saying that he lied. If I see somebody on TV, their rights being taken, I don't care if they Chinese, Asian, I don't care. If their rights being taken, that means you're going to come after me. If you take that person, that means you're going to come after me. Oh, no, forget that. I'm going out here and I'm going to express my expression. You is not going to sit there. I don't care who it is, take that person's rights. If this is the law, then follow the law. But we all got to come together.
But understand, dude, there's a lot of laws that need to fucking go.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were built specifically to enslave and entrap our fellow Americans.
Right.
Yep.
These laws were put into place to pilfer every penny. Motor vehicle department needs to go bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, The only time that you should have to go to a motor vehicle department is if you're a commercial operator, and that's it. You know, if you're driving for a living, you know, that's the only time. You know, because you have to have different protections. You know, so you know you got two, a tandem trailers on or something like that, and you smash into somebody, then yeah, you had better know how to fucking operate that vehicle. You know, that's perfectly understandable. But a car or a regular truck, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. We have a right to travel from one point in this country to another point, and you know, and as long as we're not doing it for commercial purposes, then there should be no DMV.
Right.
Okay. FBI, I can understand certain aspects of that, but at the same time, with the level of corruption that we've seen come out of there, I believe that it should be dismantled completely. All of it. The CIA should be abolished. It should not be dismantled and taken, you know, and just, you know, taken apart and broken down. No, it should be completely destroyed. There should be nothing left of the Central Intelligence Agency. And for that fact, it should be the Central Intelligence Agency in every country. You know, China's, Britain's, Germany's, all of them. Get rid of them all. Because those are the guys who start the fucking wars. They're the guys who come up with the stories to create these situations, to constantly feed off the American people. And the only way that we take that back, okay, is to go back to a localized government, period. That's it. Okay, I can understand a property tax, okay, but I can't understand a full tax on something that's been used. Okay, so you know, so there's okay. You know, one of the things I tell people is I don't necessarily believe in Nasara. However, there are parts of Nasara that actually make a lot of sense. Okay, and that is if you buy a used car, that person already paid the tax on that vehicle. They already paid the tax on that vehicle. The government should not be able to take more taxes from you because you buy a used vehicle. It's already been used. It's the same thing with a fucking house. Okay. They should not have to be taxing you for purchasing a house that's already been lived in. Now, if it's brand spanking new, yes, that is a new piece of land and a new house. Yes, you pay tax on. Okay. But if you sell that house in 20 years, the next person shouldn't be, you've been living in it for 20 years. Why should they be paying the same tax that you paid for that property? That's where they're pilfering.
Hulk, I'm going to have to take that just one step away. I don't think you should have to pay tax on a house at all. The construction materials, the tax has already been paid on that. And your home should not be taxed in any way. I got to pay tax. They figure out what my vehicle is worth every year in this state, and I have to pay a tax on it every year, or else they won't give me my tax.
Yeah, see, that's wrong.
Sure,
you already paid fucking tax on it, and you shouldn't have to put a plate on your fucking vehicle because you're not using it for commercial purposes.
Well,
you know. It'd be another story if it was a company vehicle.
Right.
But it's not. That's your personal vehicle. That's your personal property. You know, now I can understand a flat property tax, but not at the level in which, you know, that it stays around the same tax that you paid when you purchased the property. I understand that roads need to be repaired and shit like that. Okay. But I seem to remember growing up on fucking gravel and dirt roads that when there was a hole in the road, we'd go out and fill it.
Yeah.
We went out and filled it. You know, if there was a hole in the concrete, we could go out there with a bag of fucking cement, put a couple of orange cones around it, fucking fill it with fucking cement. And there you go. You got a fucking repaired road. Okay. You can't do that with fucking asphalt unless you have access to asphalt. And then you've got to go through all these different fucking permits and everything in order to cut out one section to replace a fucking hole in front of your driveway.
Yep.
But in the meantime, fuck your car up, you know?
Man,
Yeah.
Man, here in Baltimore, they got sugar tax. Then they got plastic bag tax. I went into the supermarket. I said, "Hey, don't put my stuff in the don't do it. Don't even do it. I carry it in my pocket, in my shirt, whatever. Please don't put it in the plastic bag."
You want to hear about the funniest fucking thing that they did in Oregon? One year they passed no plastic straws. The next year they passed legalized cocaine.
Hey, Vaughn, do they still tax rain out there in Maryland?
I think that's on over there in Ocean City area, and I forgot Westminster. I think certain parts.
Oh yeah, Western Maryland too. They still doing that? I remember when they put that in effect, everybody was just outraged. Actually, figure out how much rainfall your area gets and tax you on the amount of rain.
Yeah, I think it was still going on when I was down there in the Berlin area, over there by the Ocean City. I think one county was still doing it, but
Wow,
they still is.
Here in Oregon, if you get caught collecting water, it's $500 per 50 gallons.
Wow.
Hey.
Not fucking kidding.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Tax what God gave you to keep you alive.
Yep. That's it.
Dusty, it's true. They did tax the rain.
Golly.
That's insane.
Yeah, Tony, I agree with you. I say that's the second biggest scam. That's the second biggest scam. The motor vehicle department is the first biggest scam because they get everybody in there. Everybody. That's how they figured out who in the fuck everybody was. You're in one big database. They got everybody's fucking name.
Yeah, that's true.
They got it all.
Yeah.
They got your picture. They got everything.
Yeah.
The big brother.
Yeah. And you did. Don't they got your DNA too, right? Pretty much people.
Well, it's shit. Anybody who's been into court,
Right.
You know, that ain't my baby. It's okay, damn right they got your DNA.
I got the DNA, yeah. Right.
But Tony's right. Insurance is one of the biggest scams out there.
Yeah.
You know, it's people who've been driving for 30, 40 years never even had a fucking accident. Never had an accident, but they're still paying hundreds of dollars a month to fucking drive their vehicle.
Yeah.
Oh, the last vehicle I bought, I had to promise them I wouldn't drive more than 7,500 miles a year to get a certain rate on the premiums.
Yeah.
We weren't built to be controlled like that. We really weren't.
I agree.
When we didn't have all the rules on top of us, you want to know what everybody did? Everybody pitched in.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody helped everybody. You know, you didn't. You know, you need a barn for your fucking animals. Guess what? People show up and they help you build a barn for your animals.
The whole neighborhood came, and it was done in a day or two.
Yep.
What gives me it's just like we all talking about how we have to stand up and come together. I sometimes I sit and watch this on C-SPAN when some of these companies come in front of Congress and just say they don't even answer the question. I see Mark Zuckerberg just sit in front of Congress and I don't even have an answer to that. I don't. We're not allowed to give that information. I seen the credit scores, the 3 credit score groups. I see them in front of Congress because people credit was all messed up. The credit card things was going on. They was taxing this and they just sat there and said, I don't have to answer that question. Oh, we don't even have that answer. What?
Yeah.
Some of them got caught lying. What? And they just get up and walk out? Oh my goodness.
And you know what? That's what stops, like 50% of the new young entrepreneurs from getting businesses started.
Yeah.
Because they've already got damage against their credit because of something their parents did or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was a kid. He's not a kid anymore. He's like in his 30s now. He was going to buy a house in the up in the northwestern corner of Connecticut, heading towards Springfield, and he went to the bank and everything. And you know what came back? His mom used his social security number to pay for Cox Cable back before it became Comcast.
Wow.
Okay. And ran up a $700 bill, and they wouldn't give him the fucking business loan that he needed in order to start his business because the company is defunct. It's no longer there, so he can't pay that bill.
Wow.
To clear his credit. So that's going to be on his credit for the rest of his life. But he was like 3 years old when his mom used his social security number in order to.
And you'd have to take him to court. Cost you, who knows, ungodly amount.
Yep.
Yeah, when you're in that shape, you can't put your hands on the money to fight it. That
Yep.
But yet, at the same time, they wouldn't let him have the business loan, but they'll probably let him get a $50,000 student loan.
Oh
because
yeah.
He gets nothing for that, and then he's in debt.
Yep.
These people are insane, man. How did this happen?
That's the thing.
I mean, the more you think
We
about
were
it, the
watching.
dumber it is.
We fell asleep. That's what happened. We fell asleep, Tom. And the thing is we thought things were going our way.
Thought it was great.
In the 80s, in the 80s, it seemed like, wow, things are really, progressively getting better, and then the early 90s, it was still just as good. And then, after Desert Storm, everything started changing right then. That's when I really see the biggest change in my lifetime,
Agreed.
Was, at the end of 91 into 92, that was the biggest, that was the biggest time.
Yep.
Downhill slide.
Yep.
I agree.
And it hasn't stopped.
I seen this young, another young guy in front of Congress and the people that owns the EpiPen that goes in schools. They asked this young guy, he's in jail. He's in jail now. I think he's almost getting ready to get out for something that he did before he took over this company. He owns one of the pills that you use for cancer to help you get through cancer. He sat in front of Congress. They asked him, why did you raise this 1,000%? He said, because I can. Because of the laws. The woman with the EpiPen who was in charge, who was related to one of the senators, they asked her, why did you raise EpiPen? For the kid who's got allergies, which is in school. She said, check your laws. I said, oh my goodness. Are you serious? And y'all just gonna let her walk out? What about the kids in school? It's all about the kids. They raised EpiPen all the way up to 1,000 each. Come on. Hey, you just gonna let it just walk out and say, you know what? She said, check your laws. I said, oh my goodness. This is nuts.
Hey, man, Joe Manchin's daughter is the head of a company that did the same thing with insulin, diabetes medicine. Raised it up to like people are paying like $700 a month.
Yeah.
For insulin.
Yeah, it's like $785 a month. Next door neighbor, she gets a whole year. They are 6 months supply at a time. Because she gets at the same time she gets these things for dialysis for kidney, it's like it's $785 a month is what she pays for her insulin. She was just talking to me about it. At the same time, each one of her dialysis things is right. It costs her insurance company like close to I think it's like $3,100 each. And when they come, she gets like 20 boxes that are, a foot long, a foot wide, foot tall. you know, and she does all the shit herself at home, you know.
That's just
Imagine going through dialysis at home alone.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You know,
is it okay to take the pups down?
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just
we just wanted Virginia to see her pup.
That's
That was the thing. I just went over.
She's cute.
That's just it's just oh man, that's just something for people to go do things like that and let the drugs and just let those oh man, that's just nuts.
You know, to make a profit off the hardship of other people is immoral. It really is. You know, I can see these companies, they gotta recover their costs, they gotta pay their employees. But companies like that don't have any business making a profit. And maybe a lot of people disagree with me. It kind of sounds bad when I'm saying it, but damn it.
Do we blame the companies or the laws that they're able to take advantage of?
They had those laws put in place, as far as I'm concerned.
For the companies, exactly.
Yeah.
You gotta break all. Just like most of those generic drugs are made in China. What the
yeah, that's dangerous too.
By source of India, though.
Yeah,
I mean, I agree, but
you know, think about it like this: all the way up until Trump went back into office, all the steel that was being produced here in the United States was being shipped to China, and then they were sending us inferior steel, which was being used to make all our military aircraft and watercraft, everything else. Okay,
and bridges.
Yep. You know, and bridges, especially that bridge in Pennsylvania that collapsed today. Wow. Okay, that was all steel from China.
Wow, I didn't know any details about that, but I heard one fell.
That was all steel that they bought from China. Okay, so you know, and they keep the good shit for themselves. You know, but that's the gig. You know. I would say 80% of the hemp grown in the United States is shipped out of the country to China, and then other product is brought in. So they get all the good shit that we're growing here, okay, and they're turning around and sending us inferior products. That's why I tell people, when you buy CBD products, you check and make sure that the CBD oil that is used in order to make that product does not come from China. Because I'm telling you now, it's not going to be the same as what you get here.
So what they take it out of the United States, ship it to China, and China changes it, and then
they keep the good shit and they sell us the bad shit that they grow there.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay, I see. Oh, okay.
Who came up with this plan?
This is everybody after Nixon. Nixon opened the door and everybody else ran right through it.
Man, well,
good old Bill Clinton.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
but yeah, Hawk's right. Nixon started all this shit.
Yeah.
Yep. He opened the door, but he didn't have a choice either. If he didn't open the door, they were going to kill him.
No.
Instead, he just had to go through Watergate. No, I'm not kidding. I'm not joking at all. Yeah, it was either he opened the door to China and let these guys through, and let the CIA in there, and that's basically what happened. He opened the door for CIA to go in, start training Chinese operatives and everything else, and then the World Trade Commission came, the commission came first, and then the organization came like 3 years later. You know, that was the next step. You know, and then right after that, he announced that he was going to run for office again, and that's when Watergate happened. They wanted him out of there because he was going to stop doing everything that they were telling him to do. He would have been assassinated no different than Kennedy was.
When do you think the CIA went rogue?
I think CIA has been rogue since the beginning. Okay, because it was the Germans that were brought into the United States that formed the first arm of the Central Intelligence Agency.
Perfect clip.
Okay, they were what formed NASA. They were what formed, our Air Strategic Command. Okay, they were what formed, there's just so many fucking things on that list that they were involved with, especially on the medical end of things. And I try to explain this to people. People say, there's no such thing as clones and all that shit. Let me tell you something. They were cloning people from 1922 all the way up until 1944. Okay. And there was verifiable proof of that. All the documentation was there, everything, all the way down the line. You guys, some people say there's no cloning, there's no such thing as clones. Bullshit. Bullshit. They know exactly what they're doing.
Just learn.
Yeah, if they was doing plastic surgery since the 1940s, it was cloning going.
Yep.
Just learning every year.
Well, see, I think that they were doing plastic surgery long before that.
Yeah.
It just came to a point where, okay, well, it's good enough now that we can actually present it to the public.
I got you. Man.
Actually, what my true meaning is, they mastered it
right
to perfection, and then released all the crap to us.
I got you.
Because you think about it, if you go on a ratio of the plastic surgery that's been in the United States, 75% of it's been failure. Only 25% actually stay looking good. Okay, but those rich people,
right,
when they get it done, this shit stays good forever, except for Joan Rivers. I don't know what the fuck happened there.
Look at Cher.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's older than me and looks 30.
Yeah. She's like, she should be like close to 80 by now.
I think ain't she dead? Joan Rivers?
Cher? No, she's still.
Joan Rivers.
Joan Rivers was killed after she fucking outed Michael LaVaughn Robinson.
Right. You talking about when they? Oh my God! Yeah.
Yeah, she walked up them fucking steps, and the reporter said to her, "Are you going to support a gay president?"
Right.
And she turned around and she said, "We already got one."
Right.
And the reporter said, "What? Yeah, Michelle's a tranny. Don't you know that? Everybody knows that."
Right.
Yeah. She's like, you didn't fucking know that?
Yeah.
7 days later, she was killed.
Yeah.
Everybody knew it.
Enjoy that cold one for me.
Everyone knew it.
Robinson. He was a fucking football player here in Oregon.
No way.
Yes, he was. He was an Oregon Duck.
Wow.
I see. I did see. I thought that was her brother, though.
No,
to the brother.
That was Michael LaVaughn Robinson.
Oh,
why do you think Obama calls him Michael?
Oh, yeah. Wow. Oh wow.
Yep. And I've heard that with my own ears.
He called
on video.
He called him Michael on the video.
He slipped up and called his wife Michael.
He say it during speeches. Me and Michael.
All
he never says me and my wife.
All the time. Yeah.
Was it a nickname?
No.
Yeah, right.
How many chicks want to be called a dude's name?
Okay, I got you.
And it was funny because the routine that they did on fucking Ellen was the same fucking routine that Michael LaVaughn Robinson used to do on the morning workout show.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Not kidding. Not kidding. The exact same fucking workout.
Wow.
And on top of that, Netflix is getting ready to release Becoming Michelle.
Oh.
Not kidding. You can look it up. It's Becoming Michelle Obama. There's going to be a whole fucking TV series on it.
Oh, but are they going to talk about, because she sits on the board of Netflix. So are they going to be are you saying that she's actually going to come out and say she's really
Yep.
Oh, wow. I got to check that out.
That's crazy.
I got to check that out. If she come out on the truth with that, oh, man, I got to check. That's going to, oh, man. That's going to be something else if she actually come out and have that, and they say she.
But see, they're fucking wiping everybody's fucking brain right now. You know, it's to God, that's an abomination. You know, it's a man who pretends to be a woman, dresses in their clothes and everything else. You know, hey, what you do in your bedroom is cool, but what you do to the rest of the world, that's another story. You know, I don't care what you do in your fucking bedroom. Okay, it's if you like to be spanked, get spanked. If you like butt plugs, use butt plugs. If you like straight missionary sex, then love your missionary. Okay, but but the fact is that when it comes out of the bedroom and into the household of every American, that's another story.
And pushed in your face.
Yep,
that's unacceptable.
Yeah, when they push it on you and try to force you to accept something that you don't want to, that you feel uncomfortable. No, that's not cool at all.
It's going beyond wanting us to accept it. We're supposed to glorify it. We're supposed to celebrate it.
Right. Yeah, that's true. You're right. Yep, they do that. They do want you to get that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I totally agree with you, Hawk. Do your thing. I don't want to be involved. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Keep it in your fucking bedroom. Don't put it on my fucking TV.
Yeah.
Where my children or my grandchildren or my great grandchildren are going to see it.
Yep.
Keep that shit in your bedroom.
That's where we're going to have to push it. We're going to have to stand up and look at this. Just think a bit.
But like what you said earlier, though, Hawk, a lot of things, like you said, we will sleep. And a lot of things that we see on television and came on television, we would sleep at the wheel and we just let it go. And by us letting it go, it just build up into where it is today. So you made a great point when you said we would sleep at the wheel. And I mean, that was a great point.
Between 2019 and 2020, Netflix lost 80% of their viewership. When they were confronted by the Wall Street Journal, and asked why their viewership has dropped, their excuse was that Americans have seen everything that they have to show. They can't keep up with getting new stuff on there. Okay, that's nowhere near the truth. They lost 80% of their viewership when that show Cuties was put on and people realized that they were sexualizing the children.
Yep.
They lost 80% of their viewership in like 24 to 48 hours.
Oh, wow.
Because of that show Cuties. They had these kids learning how to do strip tease that were 8, 9, and 10 years old. Okay. And Americans saw that first episode, and that was enough. And everybody fucking logged off of there and said, we're not coming back.
But don't the woman who did that still work for him, though? Work for the company? The woman?
Yeah. Oh, of course. Those people never get it's just the shows that take the sacrifice.
Right.
It's not the executives who are involved.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course not.
But that woman should have been fired.
Sure.
Right.
The director, the promoter, the writer, all of them. They all should have been fired.
Yeah, because she said something she was saying she was one of those that was out there that was trying to protest against Dave Chappelle. And everybody was like, well, what? They were looking at her like, what? Are you serious? And she was out there saying what Dave Chappelle was saying she didn't agree with. I think she did bring up her show. Because I think she was asked a question, but hold up, wait a minute, what about your show? And she had some type of answer, the reason why it was different than what he was talking about. I never seen the show. When I seen the picture, I was like, I ain't watching that.
Yeah, Edward Bernays' family, there's an involvement there, but Let me tell you something. When you got Michelle Obama and Barack Obama sitting on your board, you ain't in charge.
Yeah,
You ain't in charge.
Yeah, they both sit on. Yeah, they both sit on that board.
Yep.
What makes people think that Obama and his wife got so much power?
You saying they don't?
I am.
I tell you what, man.
No, I'm asking a legit. I'm asking a legit question.
If they hadn't snowballed the people, they would have had. They would have had every American.
So see it as a race issue thing, right? Now I agree. There's globalists. Don't get me wrong. I already believe in all that. But you're saying a country that has put a specific race down for hundreds of years, by design, by plan, and now you're telling me that that same race is in power over the whole entire country and has so much.
Ain't gonna fuck with the grandson of Hitler. I just said it.
Hitler was our ally, though.
Those media people are not gonna fuck with the grandson of Hitler. Okay, number one. Okay, and number two. Okay, who fucking owns all these organizations?
We'll never know.
Those same fucking Khazarian Jews that are wrapped up in the fucking Germans that all came over here when at the end of World War II, you know, and there is so much about that war that people have no clue about. That when people realize, you know, they say that there was 700 scientists were brought over here at the end of the war. No. Try 70,000. 70,000 were brought to the United States.
All of them.
Over 100,000 were sent to Argentina. Okay, they repopulated all of fucking Argentina, Venezuela, all that. It's there's certain sections down there. It's like a fucking their own little German country down there. Okay, and this shit is for fucking real. Okay, but the thing is we were fed a narrative year after year after year after year after year, and they just got you believing that the things that they tell you, and then all of a sudden, then when you go ahead.
Or you have people that was born and raised in the system and seen the crooked, corrupt system the whole entire time, and they're not believing the narrative that they're feeding people right now. That's the only reason why I asked that, man. Because when I was be right back, I was still listening. I was, you guys were talking about the gays and all the other stuff, and using Obama and Michelle's thing, whatever they do. I mean, this shit was going on in the 80s. Where was Obama then?
This shit came out. That shit was going on in the 20s.
I understand that, but it was in our face in the 90s. It was in our face in the 90s, in the 80s something. That's why I'm saying that's what doesn't add up. It's not that I'm not against Obama. I think he's just like the rest of them. He's a fucking puppet to keep us distracted.
Right. Yeah, I do believe that also. Yeah,
but this is a system-wide thing that's been going on before we were born, and I think each one of us, including our parents and grandparents, always had one particular person in power, in government to blame, and that's what the people on top has always wanted us to do. Just blame the lower tier guy, you know what I mean? Just blame that guy, don't look at us. Blame them, don't look at us. And that's what we continue to do. Again, I'm not saying Obama's not a bad dude. I do agree. I don't think he controls Biden like everybody thinks. I think we hope we're right when it's like that, because then it would make a little bit more sense. But I think what they're doing is something that will not even make sense to any of us. It's not going to make any sense.
So it's not, you saying it's not pretty much, I think it's not Obama. It's pretty much what Hawk is saying. As far as the people that came over, the certain people he's talking about that came over, it's those people that's behind Obama, and they use Obama as a puppet.
Yeah, and I agree with Hawk on that one as well. And again, I don't asking the questions. Y'all know who I am. It's not that I believe one particular thing. At the end of the
Right,
day,
right,
God's got me. I can care less if the fucking
right,
president's got a pussy right now. I don't care. It does
right,
have no effect on me whatsoever.
right.
But for me, logically, I always thought the United States orchestrated World War II as a whole, and we were working with Hitler the whole entire time. That's why we just sat back and watched everybody else get killed and maimed and fucking tortured.
So that's pretty much what you said, that we did do business and was once Hitler's ally. Yeah, there's a lot of corporations here was doing business and funded a lot
Ford.
of things that
Henry Ford.
he was
Henry
doing.
Ford was the largest contributor.
Right, right. So yeah, you're absolutely right on that. I truly agree.
Wall Street was feeding them like fucking like they was getting Skittles. Not kidding. Wall Street was feeding them like they were giving them Skittles. It was just rainbows of colors all flying down.
But when you said that it was in our face, Ghetto, in the 90s, do you think it was at the level that it is today? Because back then it wasn't. I don't believe it wasn't no like organization like they have, like the BLM pushing the gay agenda on people. Was it like that in the 80s or the 90s?
Technology wasn't caught up to the agenda. That's why it's so overwhelming right now, is because we have the technology and the weaponry that they've been waiting for. And I would say, I mean, I don't know how they would have done it, but I do believe that they set it up back in the 80s and 90s to where we beat the shit out of somebody if he was gay,
Right.
to be honest. And then that was the victim card that they knew that they can play. You know what I mean?
Right, right. They use it as a tool to get to where they are today, basically. Right?
Yeah, because I mean, if you think of But if you think about it, I mean, 80s, 90s, right? Now, what are those people from the 80s and 90s doing? They're my age, right? They're my generation.
Right.
Now, these are the same people that will be running these countries, running these corporations. It's the long game, everybody. That's what I'm saying. Like, I believe that they've been playing this long game every generation. And of course they had to set they set the tone in these generations, 80s, 90s or whatever, just so these people can grow up and be like, oh yeah, we're going to definitely fight for these. I mean, the people that are in office, I'm not saying political office, but even on a local level, they think they're doing the right thing because they grew up watching these people beat or whatever. Regardless of it's fucking gross. I mean, I'm just thinking outside the box here. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah, I do agree, along with like independent minis agreed too. But
Yeah, they don't have a lifespan, everybody. And when I speak and when I talk about all this, I think of my kids' future and all this, of course. But I also put 50% of my thought into the spiritual warfare that we're going through. I do not separate the two at all whatsoever in any situation that I talk about. There's no separation for me. It's always both. And that's why I ask the questions. I don't know what to believe in. Again, God's got my back. He's protecting me and my family. The rest of the world can burn as far as I care. I already know where I'm going. This is not my home.
So basically, yeah. So when you say step, as far as Dems and Republicans, they working together. It's not, they're working together in one big. The word I'm trying to say. Working together in one big ball.
Yeah, the cobble. But I think of it even bigger than that. I think China, United States, Russia, India. I think all these countries are working together.
Oh, okay.
And they figured out the plan that's going to really get us. I don't blame China. I don't blame China more than I blame my own government.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it makes no sense. It's the same entity. We're on a fucking prison planet. We are the ones in prison. The motherfuckers on top are the correction officers.
Right. And it's funny how you said that, because according to history, like the East Indian Company, the crown was the biggest investor, but it was other countries together in that company that was invested in that company. They had the biggest army in the world, bigger than England.
Yeah.
It was other countries and all oligarchs invested in
all exactly. Yeah. Okay, so we all believe that this is a corporation, right? Everything's a corporation,
we know
right?
it is. 1871.
We know it is, right?
The
so
Act of
look
1871 proved that.
Okay, but look at it on a planetary scale corporation. Why do we all have the same fucking uniforms? Every single military in the whole entire planet has the same exact design when it comes to their military uniforms. All those are is corporation suits.
Right. Okay.
Right? I mean, if we all don't get along, what the hell we having the same wardrobe for?
Yeah.
All right. I got to go to bed. It was a great conversation, but I got to go to bed. I got a prayer-a-thon to start tomorrow at noon.
Hawk, I really appreciate you showing up, brother.
Absolutely. I love coming in and throwing some shit in the game, man.
Get some good rest, man.
Yeah. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
All
Have
right.
a great night.
Love you, man.
Sweet dreams of Michael tonight there, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I see exactly what you're saying. Oh yeah, that's that, and it fits together. Even when, like what you just said, it fits together with history, and it's just repeating itself. It basically never changed. So it's just a one big together. Like that. I was saying that that power plant that Bill Gates is building in Wyoming. It's designed, and it's the main ingredients to keep it running comes from Russia. So this is we sitting up here thinking what Russia gonna do. We fight, and here he's building a nuclear power plant in Wyoming that's designed by Russia, and the main ingredients to keep it running only comes from Russia. That's business doing business with another country. We supposed to be like, they supposed to be pretty much our enemy, but they actually
Right.
Yeah, they actually not. So it fits what you're saying, and it's like the stuff here in China. I mean, you look at China, look at Beijing. All those Fortune 500 companies around the world is in Beijing. We supposed to be fighting or against them, but look at our corporation in Beijing.
There's just no logic to it, and this is unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
How far we let it go.
Yeah.
And
that's why I try to think outside the box, because that's the only way it makes sense to myself anyways. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even, and tinfoil hat or not, I wouldn't even put it past the world right now that we could honestly be in a planetary war. Now, I get it. I'm not a big believer in aliens and all that. But if it is a spiritual war, who the hell says that all the fallen angels had to come straight to Earth? I mean, and follow my thinking. I know it's a little late for some of y'all. But what if, and this is giving a lot of credit to the powers that be as well, so don't think I actually believe in it, but again, it's a theory. What if we have all these defense weapons in big cities right now. We're talking Washington, D.C., Moscow. We have a lot of systems up right now, and they have no problem letting us know that they're putting them up. There's a reason why they're letting us know that they're putting it up. It could be for fear. We're all in fear of this World War III or whatever. You know what I mean? What if it's a war from a different entity and they know it and they're trying to get ready? Civilizations have fallen. We already know that. We don't know how they were fallen. We give a lot of credit to the global elitist and the Kabul and the Rothschilds and all these other, But again, if they're not demons, then their ass only got about 100 years on this planet. You know what I mean? And then it goes down to their lineages. We could be dealing with a superpower that's beyond even our realm that we're actually fighting. I know I'm kind of going on a little space cadet, but my point is, if they are working together, what if there was something actually fighting them, and we're just stuck in the bottom?
You talk about fighting the people that's working together? Are you talking about them?
Fighting the people that's controlling us. What if there's an entity fighting them?
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
What movie is this?
See, there you go.
Ghetto, yeah, I would hope there is an entity fighting them, on our behalf. Absolutely. And
I mean,
we profess a faith that there is.
I mean, if you found aliens, let's say, Roswell was true. I think a lot of us are actually, we think about it. I mean, it's something that, at least in American history, we've always thought about it. Roswell, fucking crash aliens or whatever. I mean, we're always under the impression like, yeah, they got this best technology, but we never really put into the factor that they could be an aggressive race. Again, I don't believe in aliens. I ain't never seen one, so I can't really say I believe in them. AI came from somewhere, though. This type of technology that we're talking on right now came from somewhere.
Do you think the powers that be, used I would say our children, or because we have a lot of children all over the world that is geniuses. Do you think they snatched them up to create what we call today as AI or aliens and created another race? Do you think that?
No, I mean, I don't. I think oil. I think oil's got a lot to do with it when it comes to AI and stuff. I think that's the stuff that was able to be digitalized. I mean, you got fossil oil, right? You got dinosaurs. That's what makes oil.
Right.
That's kind of what. Well, how the hell do they? I mean,
And
how the
plant
hell?
material and plant material.
Okay, and plant material, right? So how is it they go and they get all this oil out of the ground, right? And then they come back in 20, 30 years and all the oil's back in the ground? Where the hell is it coming from?
Yeah, it's because it's not plant and what.
See what I mean, redneck? That's what I mean. There's just a lot of stuff doesn't
right.
make sense on our planet
oil
Earth.
is actually a kind of a living substance.
Yes.
It's bacteria. And who's to say it couldn't be growing in the core of the earth and just bubbling to the top? Who's to say that it's not? I don't know.
It makes a lot of sense, though, Tom. That's what I mean. So why would they hide that? It makes no sense. I mean, you could have made us believe back in, 1950 or something that, okay, oil came from a dead dinosaur. Okay, that makes sense. Let's move on. But we're in 2022. Even if we didn't have the technology, our brains are still evolving. You know what I mean? God did create evolution as well. I mean, we are getting smarter.
Right.
Right.
A lot of times I think we try to explain things to the limit of our understanding of it.
Yes.
But no, in my trade, there's bacteria will grow in an oil tank.
Right.
And, this is not something that happens in a month. So if oil can grow and reproduce or whatever, it would take eons. But I can't see, I would never say that can't happen.
I was an engineer with the hydro, an electric plant. They could pull the. I gotta explain it. Fumes off of the turbo because inside when they burn wood and that makes the wood burn, they could pull the fumes and put an enzyme with it and make fuel and refine it down to make gasoline.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Is this when it comes? Is this what they do that after it comes out the ground? I think the oil that comes out the ground. That's when they do it then, or
No, it was all pulled off of wood fuel.
oh, wood fuel. Oh wow. Oh shoot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and even smoke is combustible. You just have to get a little bit hotter.
Exactly where
Yeah.
that it comes from. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, you remember Engineer 775, the first one I seen from it, and then I researched it from there. That pull the wood gas, a fire, and then run it through a generator, a combustion engine, and make electricity. But it was, you had enzymes to that gasifier the gas off of that and make a fuel that can run a combustion engine other than it's something that can be stored, in other words, other than the enzymes that the air, the fuel that was ran through the engine itself.
Yeah.
Man, wow. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's new to me. I'm glad you shared that. I surely didn't know. Man, I'm glad you said that because I too didn't know that. That's something to hold on to. That's good knowledge right there.
I
My
wish I
brother
could
worked at
explain it better, but I'm not that educated in it.
Oh, well, hey, I got it. Don't worry about it. I got it. I appreciate it because I surely did
But
not.
you can research it. It's there.
Right, you're right. Yeah, I caught on and yeah, I know I can take it, but hey, I didn't know. So that I'm glad that you did. Say,
But the weird part of it to me was you had to add an enzyme to it,
Right.
and then how long it could be stored, I don't know.
what's an enzyme? What's an enzyme? What's that?
A microbe,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
enzymes, something that eats something, on a microscopic level.
Oh, okay.
My brother worked at a coal-fired power plant, and I never knew the process, and it wasn't his job to understand it either. But they would recirculate that coal smoke
Mhm.
and reburn it, and it would, I guess, get hotter every time it circulated through, to the point where, coal smoke. I don't know if any of you have ever seen it. You may have seen it in Baltimore, Vaughn.
Right, I see. Yeah.
Coal smoke is black and
Right.
nasty and full of cinders and stuff. And the coal ash, just burning coal, will actually leave rocks. They call it clinkers. But
Conquer.
this
Yeah.
coal would be burned to the point where it was literally, they called it fly ash. It was like baby powder, the ash that this coal was burned to. Incredible. And they build entire mountains out of that fly ash.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, man. You can drive through and you'll see that it looks like a great big hill. I mean a huge hill,
Oh,
mountain-sized hill, but you can see the layers that the shit was dumped in.
oh,
And eventually grass grows over it, shrubs grow on it, and it's
oh, snap. Oh, shit.
But yeah, this plant is a huge operation.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, wow.
Vaughn, have you ever gone to the incinerator there in Baltimore?
The one that said, was that the one in South Baltimore? I think.
There's a big trash incinerator there somewhere.
Yeah. I haven't been in it, but I've been around it. I drove past it.
I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were saying, they were driving down the street, and there's all this steam coming out of the street.
Yeah.
And I know that's how Baltimore, you get steam coming out of the street down there too, because they're heating water
Right.
for steam to go to the buildings and shit.
Yeah.
And all that steam comes out.
Yeah. Especially when you go downtown.
Yeah, absolutely downtown.
I get
dusty.
the bottom line is there's a lot of technology that not turning us on to as far as making fuel that we can use for ourselves. And
Dusty, you may know this process better than me. Excuse me, Redneck. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
no, you're good, Tom. You're spot on. Just I don't know.
Well, I wanted to circle back to that fly ash thing, man. It's a byproduct of our power company locally. When I was younger, I was sent in to actually hose it all down with a fire hose, and now we're using it and adding it to gypsum to help make sheetrock.
All right.
And
help make what? Sheetrock?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Adding to it. Wow.
That's just the smoke that's coming out. If you talk about the flash ash, what Tom was talking about, right?
Yeah, and they put it with gypsum and make it into sheetrock. But
Okay.
it's a byproduct of the power company, and the power company is also running the sheetrock company now.
Oh, wow.
Right on.
Oh, wow.
And it looks like a nuclear power plant the way the stacks are, but it's not. And I try to tell them, that's not nuclear, man. That's not nuclear because that's a coal burning plant.
Uh-huh.
My stepdad fell off of it when they were tearing it down one time. You know, they do tear downs on some of the machines to clean them and stuff. But the fly ash, yeah, that is some serious cancer causing material, man.
What?
Oh,
yeah.
It's nasty.
You said, but you said they mix it with what they mix it with?
Gypsum.
And what's gypsum? Is it something that they use to put that and make it the sheetrock?
Yeah, it's just a hardener like type thing, like you would liquefy something like concrete.
Chalk.
So when they make it like that, like you just said, it's cancerous. So they put those in buildings and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, you know what? When asbestos happen and people, that we go through this trend in America where we go, damn it, now we know.
Oh wow! Oh snap!
You remember back during right after the people started getting them trailers from the disaster, the FEMA relief trailers down in Louisiana.
Uh-huh.
They started growing mold because they were using the Chinese sheetrock and stuff.
And the Chinese is the one that do like what you're just talking about.
I'm not sure what they used, but it was a big old lawsuit after the FEMA people started getting sick from the mold inside the trailers.
Oh wow!
Formaldehyde or something. I don't know.
Oh snap! Oh, oh man! I guess I never look at a sheetrock
the same way.
Oh, that's some bad stuff, man. I hate sheetrock, dude. You go to sanding that stuff down, and it gets it's so fine particles that get up in everything.
You can breathe it in your nose and you'll cough it out your lungs in a couple of days. Oh, that stuff's nasty.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's oh man, I would never look at sheetrock again.
But we're expendable. We're the bottom half of society. We're building this epic planet, man. We are all the little worker bees and ant drones. We're all being, look at this, drink cola. Doesn't matter if you die of cancer. We're just going to cure cancer just in case we get cancer so we can live to 180 years old or maybe 500 years. But while you're doing that, we're all guinea pigs. So why don't y'all build us this planet so in the end, y'all are going to die off anyway, and we're going to be the ones left over.
It'll be nice for us. Yeah.
Nice for them.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's
If
what I meant.
we could only be given the right material. Yeah.
Once we develop the material for them, because they're like all these kings and queens, they're not that smart.
Right.
We are.
They're not.
We are doing all the mathematical equations. We're doing all the labor. You don't see the kings and queens doing that, but they are benefiting from all of it.
Yep.
See, that's where the truck driver when the trucks stop running, everything stops. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's for showing the government.
And that was another thing why I don't understand when 2020, let's just call it 2020, when it started happening. why that wasn't the first thing shut down. I was East Coast, West Coast, 3.5 days, man. I go from Florida to California in 3.5 days, teaming with my wife over there. I was in LA, it hit. I ran up to Seattle. It ended up being in Seattle. It chased me around the country. I ended up getting sick finally in Wyoming, going back toward California.
Wow.
But luckily, I was stuck in a rest area during a real bad accident for like 3 or 4 days through that illness, the big illness going around.
Right.
And I've had it like 4 or 5 times.
Hey, Dusty, since you drive a truck, do you think that what's going on in Canada can happen here with truckers?
It's a possibility, but the mega corporations here, Schneider, Swift, it's a revolving door. They don't really care if you
too divided. Yeah, our companies are too divided.
And the corporations, actually, we train people from Africa, all the way to Somalia, all the countries in Africa. We had one guy that was straight up from Ireland. We trained him in America and send them back, or they can stay here if they want to, and they'll run the trucks. The Russian people will run the trucks.
Oh wow!
You think about all the war-torn countries right now over in the Middle East. They're running these trucks too. You get a hell of a deal, dude. I can go right now and finance a semi right now.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't nothing to get a semi as long as you got them CDLs.
Right.
You go to work. They want you to work. There's 250,000 job openings right now.
Oh, so like what Ghetto's saying is divided, and plus, like you said, it's a revolving door. People's going to go. They're not going to protest. Now, where about the unions go? With the union, because the unions, a lot of unions are in bed with the government. What about them? Do you think they are betraying?
A lot of these mega corporations like Walmart, they don't even want unions. If you talk to a union, you say union, we don't want you here. You're fired. They'll find a reason to get rid of you.
Oh wow!
I'm retired now, though, Vaughn.
Oh okay. Oh okay.
I might go back. I'm thinking about going back just because I'm bored off my ass and maybe want to invest in something else later down the road. And I got enough money right now to live on, but if I wanted to buy anything new, I'd have to go back to work.
Yeah, I was just because we was talking about that, and Tom was, as far as that what they doing in Canada, would they do that here? But like Meadow was saying, we too much divided, and plus, like you just said, the revolving door is too much open for that to happen. Pretty much.
It would be harder to buy yours and Tom's and Rednecks and Ghetto's principles. It would be harder as an American to buy our principles, but it's not impossible if I just give you a little more money. You know what I mean? Because during, the people coming over from Pakistan and all those countries and stuff, they're not used to how much money you can actually make in this market.
Right.
And if I'm not working, if somebody's going, I'm willing to take his place. Right. They're making some of these new trucks where you can cab 3 drivers in them.
Oh, wow.
And you only have to worry ever about your time, because you can only work as a driver for 11 hours.
Okay.
You go over 11 hours, you're fined. You're put on the side of the road. They will put you out of commission.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You got a crew riding there, and that truck never has to stop.
Never. Me and my wife now, we could run out 140 hours in a week, and we'd be dead in the water. We could do that. We'd run out of hours.
Right.
With 3 guys, oh yeah, you'd never stop. That truck would never stop running.
Oh yeah, because they got some of them trucks. They got apartments in the back of them bad boys now. They got a bed. They got a kitchen.
Some dudes haul Harleys around in them, man.
Those sleepers, man.
Like, yeah, there's a doggone apartment back there. I mean,
hey, what is she going nuts for?
Yeah, those people don't ever
out here.
That's their house.
Sorry, why is the? Oh, he pushed that over there. Oh. I'm sorry, guys. My bad.
All right.
No, I'm sorry. I was talking. My dog was barking for no reason. I'm like, what the hell? Because my big dog's out here, so I'm asking my wife, what the hell's going on? Usually she only does that if somebody's at the door or something. My bad, y'all.
You're starting to learn when your wife farts under the blanket now.
I gotta say, on a side note, it is funny and worrisome as hell that Dusty Data's got a beanie on in Florida and a big ass parka jacket. I'm just saying, man, climate
Thank you,
change is
redneck.
real as
Have
a
a good night.
motherfucker.
I'm home alone.
Yeah, it is a little out of character for a Florida boy.
Right?
Good night, y'all.
Good night, redneck.
Have a good night,
Thanks for
redneck.
coming, man.
It's good hearing from you.
Come back next time.
What do you, Tom?
Right
My
on.
ears got cold. It is 40 degrees right now.
Yeah, in Florida.
Yeah, it's supposed to freeze tonight. But
I was teasing Nikki. The news said the iguanas are going to be dropping out of the trees this weekend. Don't park your car under a tree. That's what they said.
I'm so thankful to God I'm not down there, because when an iguana hit me, I fainted right there on the customer's grass. She had to come out there and call the ambulance because that bad boy. Oh no, I'm so glad.
This serious happened to you?
Yeah, I was down Florida working. I was down Florida working as a cable person because I was a contractor. So I went up into the house. Man, this thing came up, fell and hit me on the side of my. I screamed like a girl. Right there on the customer's step, right there, right on the grass before I got to the step. And she came out. She said, I heard a loud scream. I thought it was a girl. Something was happening. And she shook me. And she said, what happened? I said, it's some damn lizard or something. She said, you talk about an iguana? I said, I don't know what it was or who it was. But I know
Get it off me.
Oh my gosh. And then she said, you must not be from here. I said, no, I'm not. I'm not, and I'm leaving. She gonna say, what about my cable? Ma'am, listen.
Man, you have the worst luck.
I'm gonna go back up to Baltimore where the rats at. These daggone things.
Rats and the roaches I could deal with.
Yeah, I could deal with that. That big buck? Oh my gosh. Oh, no.
Hey, Vaughn, weren't you telling the story about having to go on a boat with some dude to an island to work on his equipment or some shit?
Oh, yeah.
Man, you got a crazy ass job, man.
Yeah, I was doing, same cable, going over there. He had to come pick me up on a boat. To take me to the upper. I said, oh, and it was completely pitch black. I was like, man, I'm getting ready to die. Because I was like, no, this man can just kill me. But if he went over, I'd have grabbed his beard. Because he had a long beard. I'd have grabbed that bad boy if he tried to drown me or something. But he was a cool customer. Because when he first, like I said, when he first came, I said, do I call you master? Do I call you sir? He said, no, call me master when you get over there.
Hey, Tom, I'd like to share something with you if you don't mind. So Vaughn can see this is kind of stuff that happens in Florida, man. This was actually on the news right here. Alligators were ringing the doorbells of people's houses.
Oh, hell. Oh, no. Oh,
not me, man.
Yeah, that's been on the news, but the alligators will just climb up to the front door and ring the doorbells, trying to get in. People think somebody's trying to break in.
Oh, man.
Jeez.
Click, click, boom.
Me too,
we be
man.
having gators
through that door.
Yeah. I'll buy me a new door because I'll be shooting. Well, not these ones; they're metal, but still.
I'd have shot that one and I'd have left. I'd have walked back to Baltimore. I'd walk back. Forget that.
A lot of people don't realize they can jump 6 feet out of the water. Straight up out of the water.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
See? Yeah, because they use their tail as well, right, to jump. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, no, nah, that's just too much.
They got a place called the Alligator Farm over in St. Augustine off of 95, and they'll actually go across the swinging bridge and show people how alligators jump up to grab the meat.
Ooh.
And that place, I worry about that place because if them animals in that place get loose, they have like vipers, deadly vipers with the horns on them and stuff, snakes.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, they got some deadly animals in that place.
I did this one place that I went to one house, and next door the house was had a bubble around it, and I said, "Sir, why that house got a bubble around it?" And he said, "It's infested with snakes." I said, "I'm gonna get ready." I told him, I said, "I'm gonna go outside and call my supervisor because I don't think I'll be able to do your house. Go and send somebody else." You said infested with snakes, poison snakes. Oh no, oh no. I said, "How could that happen?" He said, "I think," he said, "someone was raising snakes and it got out of hand or something like that." I said, "Oh my God."
Vaughn, them iguanas is good eating, man.
Nah.
Look at this.
Oh my gosh. It was green though. I was like that, but it was just, oh hell no.
Oh, there are multi-variety colors. There's yellow ones, orange ones.
Oh wow.
I can't believe
I don't know, man. If I didn't know what it was, maybe I'd try it. But, you know what scares me? I'd probably like it.
I'm trying to get a group together. Survival Living said he would be up for it. I was talking to Prepper Stadium about seriously going down to Miami area and trying to get some. I want to try them.
Hey,
here comes trouble.
If someone say they taste like chicken, that's one time I would not eat chicken.
If somebody gives me that line, I just tell them, well, then I'll just go get chicken and avoid all this problem here.
Right.
Good morning, Nikki. How you doing?
Oh, I'm here. Oh, good morning.
Oh, you got your heavy coat on too, don't you?
You know, it wasn't so bad overnight. And I woke up and I hear all this rattling on the roof, and then we have like these gale force winds coming in, which brings the cold in. And it's bloody cold out. So I went out on the patio to bring some more plants in, and then I had to go to wah because I had to get some stuff. So and I had to put a coat on because it's cold out right now.
I thought she was getting ready to say that. I thought when she said something was on her roof, it was all iguanas.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
Not yet, but I'll probably hear them tonight because it's gonna hit the 30s tonight. And yeah, once it hits 40, 41 and below, I may hear a couple of thunk on the roof. So hopefully it's not too early because I get up early. But
that wind hit here about 3-4 hours ago.
Did it? It's terrible here, Dusty. It's like a miniature hurricane right now.
It was. I was like, what is that noise?
Yeah.
I had to look at the cameras and I'm watching the trees. Like, okay, it's wind. Oh my God!
I just hope a lot of them are still hanging out in my mango and avocado tree because boy, is it going to be fun tomorrow.
Open season.
On the ground. Yeah.
I dare you to crank up the riding lawnmower.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'll tape it though. Yeah, if there are a bunch of them on the ground.
The blizzard that they're getting
heads off.
That they're getting on the east, they're expecting hurricane winds with thunder and all kinds of stuff, man. It's supposed to be the biggest historical blizzard on the East Coast ever recorded. And so I'm telling you what, if they plan on attacking and really putting us to war or whatever, this next week would be the perfect time because we're already half disabled.
God, don't give them any ideas. So that's
for
up
up
in
to
the
3 feet
northeast?
of snow and high wind. It's going to be a mess up there. There'll be snow drifts over your
Yeah,
head.
3 feet of freaking Boston's gonna Yep. It's covering these cities.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
in the east. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so glad I'm not there anymore.
Oh man.
But wait till the sun comes up and then it'll be 85 degrees tomorrow.
You think?
Yeah.
I do hurricane. I actually give it away to people at my old house. I did. Anybody that wanted to come grab them after I killed them fuckers, they would come every couple of days, and I gave it away to the people that do eat them. I just give it away. And a lot of those nice folks would come and because they're nature people, so I give them iguana meat, and sometimes they give me free plants and things like that. It worked out well.
Oh my God.
I ain't eating that shit though.
Oh gosh, man. Yo, I would get
Disgusting, Dusty.
I would get dizzy just looking at the meat. That's how crazy it was when I. Oh no!
I'm with
Oh,
you, Vaughn. Everybody's been busting my ass for years. I won't eat that shit. Fuck
uh,
that. Yeah. I ain't eating that
uh,
nasty, dirty, filthy animal. Fuck that. I'm not eating it.
yeah,
Nasty.
man. When I got up and when I fainted, when that thing hit me in my arm and I got up, you know, people was laughing when they found out what happened. I mean, I was the talk and the laugh person the whole entire time I was down there. I was like, yo, oh man, I'm
That's
in a
funny.
hot.
Not a lot of people can say that, right? Because if you're a natural Floridian, you just know to stay away from the trees when it gets cold. But if you're a dingbat and you don't know about that, stand under the tree having your like snack time, and it's like boom, an iguana hits you.
Yeah, yup. I was a dingback that day. Yeah, I was a ding. I thought, oh shit,
That's a great story. What a shame you don't have that on video. I'd be pissing myself.
Oh, man.
It's probably being played somewhere on America's Home Video right now. He don't even know it.
Yeah, it might be.
Right?
Because she came out, and when she woke me up, she said she thought some woman was being raped or being robbed or something. I was like, that was me.
Oh, that's funny.
I said, oh, man. She said, she said, you all right? I said, no, I'm not. I'm not all right. I'm not.
Were your eyes big and bulged?
Oh,
no, not at all.
That must have hurt though, seriously, because some of them are big. Shoot, I wouldn't want one of them hitting me in the head. That stinks.
And think about it, I thought it was a coconut at first until I seen it run away, and that's when I screamed. Oh, man.
Oh, Vaughn, I swear, man, forgive me. I'm not laughing with you. I'm laughing at you.
Me too. Oh, you make me laugh. That's awesome.
Poor lemon head. I'm sorry, brother. It's been a while since I was able to bring that up.
Oh yeah, talk about that time when I stuck my head in the project. when you go in the projects, it's something that you do not do, but I did, and I stuck my head out the window, and someone pissed on my head. In the projects, you're not supposed to stick your head out the window. You get pissed or anything else on your head. I got pissed on my head.
Oh my God.
The projects over there, they build straight up like skyscrapers. Over here, it's completely different. We ain't got those.
Yeah, straight up, man. Oh man, I was like, hey, something's. I think it's about to rain. And then my stepdad came over there. And she said, "Let me see." She smelled my head. You got pissed on. God damn it! What you doing with your head out the door? Oh, I was like,
Look at Tom.
Oh,
man, you
God.
talk about someone called piss head for the rest of my life. Piss head. God.
You know what's even more funnier is the guy that probably still says that story. The guy that pissed on you.
Yeah.
Like, man, I was 15 years old, man. I pissed right on this dude's head. He didn't even know it was me.
Oh my God. That's terrible.
Yeah. Oh man, you talk about some people were laughing and oh man, it's like, what you didn't know? No, I didn't know. I'm out there looking at the people, the sun out and everything, and I get pissed on my head. I was like, man, enjoying myself. Yeah, not supposed to stick your head out the window. Okay.
Good to know.
Now you know.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, man. That was a crazy day.
And I got shit blowing all over the place outside. Yeah, man, it's crazy. It sounds.
Yeah, my lawn chair
literally
is
like a
blowing up,
hurricane.
bro.
And those are all kind of halfway nailed down and halfway not even unpacked yet. I brought some seeds in. I had to get a few more I have some young pepper plants that have peppers hanging on them already, and my baby moringa, so I kind of had to run out because like I passed out early last night, right? Like I always do. And before I went off to the bedroom, I said to Gary, look, I know you take the dog out really late. They predict gale force winds at some point that brings in the cold weather. So I said, do me a favor. I've got plants out there that I want to bring in because I don't want the wind breaking them off and all that. And so just whatever, just come wake me up. But when I said that, he had like the look of fear in his face because you can't wake me up if I fell asleep. I get nasty. And so he's like, well, where are the plants? I'll bring them in. And I'm like, no, you're not bringing my plants in. Just wake me up. And so he was kind of between a rock and a hard place. Bring the plants in, wake Mickey up. Like that. But it didn't happen until, I got up really early and then I heard it kicking in close to 3 o'clock this morning. So now it's really bad. So that worked out.
So you were more concerned about wind damage and not frost.
Yeah. They
Right.
said they issued a freeze warning for South Florida, but
South
it's more
Florida.
like West Palm Beach. But the thing is, that's right above me. And if it's a little windy, it'll be a little bit on kind of the frosty side, So um, it's still going to be darn cold. It's going to be in the 30s. So I
Now,
don't
Tom,
think.
you got to remember in Florida, we don't have nothing but sand that holds the trees down.
Yeah.
I hadn't even thought about that, but you're right. Wow.
Yeah, they come down easy.
Huh.
Not much holding them down. Yeah. No lost plants, milkmaid. Now, I'm not going to lose plants at this time because, like I said, I'm not that far along into being in this house. So it's not like my old house where the entire property had something growing. Right now, they're super mature trees here. And even though they don't fare well when it gets really cold, the hog plums, they've lost their leaves. They're semi-dormant. The mango, the only thing I'm concerned about is the mango trees have a boatload of flowers on them. They look beautiful. And this cold snap and the wind may remove quite a bit of that, which kind of stinks. But everything else should be just fine. So I only took in some of the smaller starts that I've managed to do since I've been here. But I've already got tomatoes and peppers and things like that hanging out. So everything else will be fine. It should be good. It's only 2 days, and then it'll be back to normal next week.
Do you grow all that stuff in containers?
These I started in containers. Yeah, you know what, Tom? I'm afraid to put this in the ground here because this jackass that owns this property, I mean, he's been like putting all his special crap in the ground and all that, and I don't trust the soil over here. It's
Okay.
not good like it was at my old house, and I always used to brag about it. And so I kind of have to go semi the container route. Like even the potatoes, I'm actually there's a big cardboard box there. I'm cardboard boxing potatoes this year. I'm going to put them along the fence. I'm going to fill them up. And when they're done, the cardboard just collapses and I'll take them out. That way I don't have to put them in the ground here. I don't know.
Great.
We'll see how that works out. Yeah.
It ought to work. I don't see why
It
it
is.
wouldn't.
A little bit. Yeah. But, you have to improvise, right? So, yeah, the dirt here sucks ass. So I don't trust growing anything good I've got to eat in the dirt right now until I learn kind of the layout of what's going on here. The property's not in good shape. I mean, I did a video on it. It's not good. So, whatever. I make the best of it. No problem. That or I'll kill a bunch of iguanas and somebody can give me vegetables.
It sounds like a fair trade.
Yeah, I'm not joking. I give a lot of stuff away, even my plants when I have extra. And these folks are so nice that we trade. And I've gotten more stuff actually out of barter than anything else, to be honest with you. It works quite well.
See, that's
Especially today.
community.
You're right, sir.
Great way
There are
to
a
go.
lot of people that are short on money that I've noticed in our area, but they're awfully thankful when they get that plant. They can have fun with their few and whatever they've got. Hey, do you need this or whatever? I do a lot of bartering online and with people over the years that have saved my number, and I don't mind it at all. You know, I
Yep.
really don't. It's something I can use. I take it. So
Don't you find it weird? We said this the other yesterday that all the fruit flowers are blooming
yeah,
in
yeah,
January.
shouldn't be.
Right. My like I said, mine all have flowers on them.
Yeah, that's why I said the mango trees. Gosh, I wish I would have taped that. I didn't think before this big wind now. They're loaded with flowers. I said if this didn't happen today now with these gale force winds, I'd have more mangoes than I know what to do with. I don't get it. Mango trees don't do that this time of year. They never do.
That's
And this
what we're.
thing had a full crop in it when I looked at this house in September. I don't understand why it's in full bloom. It's not normal. And this is going to screw everything up. Now it's going to blow the flowers off of it. But yeah, like you said, Dusty, you're right. It's not normal. Something's not right. Yeah.
You know,
Shouldn't
even up
be.
here, it's becoming more and more frequent that fruit trees will bloom and then
Oh,
freeze, which of course wipes out the tree for that year.
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
So
depending,
what
my
is it they know?
mango went every year, but sometimes if they give you a heavy load, that didn't sound right.
My
The
wife throwing
avocados
gang
and
signs in the
mangoes,
chat.
sometimes they'll take a year break before they give you another load of good fruit, depending on what it is, you know. And mine repeatedly, once they started, they repeatedly gave us food, which is great. But they do take a break sometimes. And this is just not normal what I've seen lately. There's some kind of weird weather patterns going on down here in Florida. I don't know. I'm sure in other parts of the United States too.
The whole entire country.
Absolutely.
Well, the world actually,
Yeah, the world, yeah. Most 100%.
because the weather. I've been watching the weather patterns on the government websites.
Yeah, and the dew report, and yeah.
The North Pole has shifted over towards Siberia more. Not magnetic. Magnetic north has shifted, but it does that from time to time through the centuries. It shifts around. It's not in a steady spot. There's actually like 7 North Poles.
Shit. Well,
you know, with the.
I'm believing that more. Me and my wife's been talking about that a lot, and the fact that now, actually, Dusty, let me ask you this: just because you're a United States traveler, so my family's down there in Pomona, right down there in California, and then we're up here. Now, one would think that it would be daylight the same amount of time, and it would turn dark the same time, right? Or no?
No. It starts getting darker over there around 4 to 5 sometimes. Here, we can go all the way till 9 o'clock at night before it gets dark.
No. I'm talking about from Pomona to here. So Oregon. So on the West Coast should share the same time log when it comes to the sun going down, right? I always thought that.
Because the sun doesn't travel. We don't travel around the sun perfectly. We're at an angle, and we take different angles during the seasons. But the further down south you are near the equator, the longer the sunlight's going to be.
Right.
And the less light, like in Alaska.
Yeah.
Where they don't even get sunlight for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Well, that's odd, man, because it seems like it always got dark around the same time whenever we was talking these last few years, and then just this last couple years, I mean, it was dark like almost an hour before we even reached dusk. I mean, it was a lot. Maybe we're noticing it now more just because the amount of time that it was darker there than over here.
Mm-hmm.
It must be that because I'm talking a good solid hour, and it's pitch black there, and I'm over here in my backwoods or wherever, and we're on video chat, and he's like, "Now, where the hell are you? Why? How the hell is it still daytime?" I'm over here looking at him like, "Where the hell are you?
Yeah.
Freaking nighttime! What the hell? We're on the same coast, the same time."
True.
But I'll tell you, when you're going across the plains in Washington, because Washington has a desert too, it's just a plain. The sunset in the west is just so beautiful, but it lasts a lot longer than it does here. Here in Florida, once it gets over to that part of the country, it's just sunsets because of the curvature of the earth. But out there in the west, it seems like it lasts a lot longer. You got that what is it, dusk for a lot longer time. It's beautiful though.
Yeah. Well, I noticed that here because I routinely get up at weird hours, but because I lived outside, because of my garden and all that, I noticed that too. Actually, I observed that in at least the last year. What Ghetto just said, even with the stupid time change, which I think is utterly useless. It seemed there were times where I remember it's totally dark when it shouldn't be. I should see light cracking or vice versa. Not normal. Not from what I'm used to. Being
Well,
out there.
we're not on most of us aren't on an atomic clock, which is more
Yeah.
precise. That's why they add an extra day to the year every 4 years. Daylight savings time and all that shit.
We're on a survival clock or something like that. I don't know the right name for it, but aren't we? Like from the caveman days and shit.
Well,
Like
this is the
for real.
weirdest shit in the world was when I set my radio on the dashboard of my semi truck and I would travel across the country back and forth for a week. There'd be a time difference in between the GPS, which is an atomic clock, that runs off the satellites, versus the clock on my dashboard. There would be an inconsistency for about 20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
That big of a discrepancy. 20 minutes.
20 minutes. That'd be like a week's worth of running back and forth, back and forth.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow.
Can
That's a big
you
difference.
count that up to maybe the speed that your clock is running? Not quite accurate, or
Yeah, that I didn't sync it up exactly. Yeah, but I don't know if it'd be that big of a discrepancy myself because you're talking seconds.
Yeah.
At least 15 seconds, something like
Not
that. Maybe
quite.
sometimes even 30 seconds. When I reset it, you never know. Not always going to. As soon as it turned one, you're not going precisely. You're going around that time when you're setting the clock. But I'd have to reset it every week though.
That's
wow.
crazy.
No, not that kind, milkmaid. And I do know what that is. Trying to trick me with big words. I'm more thinking like a primal clock. Don't we have a primal clock? I think we were talking about this the other night, but
We do.
it's more or less like, that's why we're night owls. That's why I'm a night. I've always been a night owl since I can even remember. But maybe it's on a primal thing, like, there's just a gene or something with our DNA that's down deep that even from back in the Stone Ages, we were awake during the night because we were trying to protect our family. You know what I mean?
Tom, does your beard grow more in the winter?
I don't notice. I start looking like a Hatfield or McCoy, and then I trim it.
Right.
I don't really pay too much attention to how fast it grows.
I stopped shaving around winter.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
No, I keep a beard all the time, so I don't.
I stopped shaving the sides. Usually we sport a goatee.
Okay.
But I like this look. A little more distinct.
Man, I can't do it. I don't know. I just can't do it. I can't grow one out. I can physically. I can. I'm working
One day
on it
your
right
balls
now.
will drop.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Oh, I
Yes,
was coming up
beards.
with something like that myself.
Nah, some guys, man, they get where there's just like splotches.
Yeah, that's great. Like, dude,
Yeah.
just shave the shit before people even see it.
Stop trying to grow it. Yeah.
Like my wife, Mrs. Ghetto, she gets those big old splotches down her face. And I'm just like, man, just shave it, dude. What do you?
Turn the video camera on so we can see her walking up behind you and slap you upside the head.
What color are those Crocs?
I'm just kidding, mamas. Oh, you didn't hear what I said?
Forget
okay, I'm good. She don't know how to work the rewind button, so I'm good.
Oh, she is in the chat. Hey, Mrs. Ghetto, good to see you.
Yeah, will you give her a wrench, Tom, before I don't ever hear the end of it?
Absolutely,
whenever you get a chance.
Man. Absolutely. Hey,
because man,
all you got to do is ask. I don't think about stuff like that. I'm a slob, you know.
I do think there's something to it, though. Some people in colder climates, on a serious note about the beards, like made luxurious beards. But you know, when just like our plant life goes semi-dormant and things like that, certain of them, I think that because the lack of you being outside and you're interacting when it's warm season and you're growing food and wintertime settles in and you're not exposed and get that vitamin D properly like you do, it probably has something to do with like hair growth and everything slowing down quite a bit too. I don't know.
It very well could. I don't know either.
Well, I'm 45 now, and I've noticed the ear hair starting to grow a little bit more.
Oh, yeah. You'll be blessed with that, man. No doubt.
That's some bullshit.
Grows out your ears and nose.
That
ear
hair
man.
is some bullshit.
I sneezed the other day, and I was like, why do I have a dingleberry on my face? And it just kept going back.
That ear hair pisses me off, man. I have a natural fight with that one.
You mean I do?
Yeah, I get my wife like, man, grab the tweezers. Look, I see one. Get it.
That gotta hurt.
Yeah, I can't handle that tweezer stuff now. Just get
well,
the
I can't
cut it off.
Well, I feel like it's falling in there or something. Like I get real weird with my ears. Like
you gotta tip your head down and then whatever.
She's not hitting me with blades in my ear. I'd rather her just yank them out and be all right.
Ooh.
The worst thing is when my wife says, "Hey, you got a hair on your shirt," and she goes to grab it, and it's actually just a longer hair in my beard. And she grabs it.
Oh, they did hear you in chat, I guess. They heard what you said. Go back to sleep. Man, she's been sleeping like a freaking hibernating bear. It's different for me. I'm just more foggy in my head, you noticed last week, but I don't know the difference because I'm always foggy. No, I'm just playing. But she's just been sleeping, man. She's been sleeping like a bear.
That's the body's way of healing, man.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we went through this same thing last year, the year before, but with a hell of a lot more body pain. But this time it's just more just like, it's just draining. It doesn't hurt. It's just more of an inconvenience with no energy.
Yeah.
Well, if there is a global warming issue, we're going to be under more pressure. It's like a steam will be under more pressure, especially around the equator. And there's no telling what that's going to do to our bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes a hell of a lot of sense. Maybe that's why they brought out this whole fucking Rona BS. They knew the climate was changing rapidly. And I mean, what happens when you go from cold to hot all the time? You end up getting sick regardless. Even if there's no virus there, you're still, your body goes through changes and sniffles and all that.
Yeah, it's hard to adjust.
Do you know what happens if you go from extreme hot to extreme cold, like walking out of a deep freezer into the heat? Your lungs will collapse.
Yeah,
it's hard on your lungs. I've never had it be that extreme, but yeah, it's hard on your body to do that. But I think
my wife's cousin,
people that get like freezing cold, and then they're like, "We're gonna do a super hot bath," and sitting there, your blood pressure can dangerously tank. Same thing in reverse.
Just watch for the next generations to see what's the statistics of people having respiratory problems from birth. Like bronchitis and asthma.
Well, I think that's why they're covered. That's why they got their asses covered right now, is with all this other stuff. I'm sure we'll be on the 57th variant by the time my daughter's 30. I mean, They have all of these scientifical things that we're finding out ourselves without looking in a book. We're paying attention to the sky. We're paying attention to the fact that our freaking orchards are being microwaved. We're doing that with our own eyes. We don't need a weatherman to tell us that it's fucked up outside. But they have they got something to defend themselves in their fucking science.
I have predicted before, and I'll say it again tonight, they won't be talking about it in August because they are going to cure this shit before the election and it'll be all gone.
Cure.
Well, I would agree with you if it was only on a countrywide scale.
I
They
have
got too much power out of
my
this.
leaders got it together, man.
You must be living back in 2017.
Oh, gee.
That'd be a one hell of a whopper even back in 2017. Just saying.
Breezy, I think that because I think that's the plan, man. They have to have something positive before the midterms, and that's about the only thing they can control is the narrative.
Well, I mean, but they also, I mean, a lot of people were saying it. The reason not that I don't believe you, I just don't all the way agree, I guess. They were saying that once that dumbass came into the presidency, now the Rona's going to go away. Everything's going to be gone now that Taterhead's here. So I never really believe the timeline parts that people say, like, it's going to happen by this. And then, it'll get moved back. I mean, whatever you feel in your bones, you feel in your bones. Just like me, I feel like the war's going to start this week. Honestly, if it's going to start on a worldwide basis, it'll be this week. So I understand what you mean by, August. It makes sense like that.
Well, if you think about it, every single version, we'll put it that way, has been a little bit nicer. Okay. More widespread, but a little bit nicer. Every version. You follow me?
Yeah.
So I can say that without saying too much.
Well, what about that monkey deal though?
Oh,
I mean, we haven't had that conversation here, Tom.
Well, all right. You know what? Sigmund Freud said sometimes a cigar is just a cigar, and there can be accidents, legitimate accidents. And the monkeys may well have been used for God knows what kind of research.
No, Tom. So there's a lady that got spit in her face for trying to help save one of those monkeys that was all messed up.
Jeez.
She's actually suing the company or doing something like that. But supposedly she got the cooties from it. But who knows? They were supposedly had. Yeah, the lab monkey actually spit in her face. Now, again, I honestly take everything as a grain of salt when it comes from my devices, unless I see it in front of my face. I have a hard time believing the weapon that they're aiming at me. I do. It makes me lost sometimes.
Started with an accident, right? That
it was supposedly an accident. One was missing, but we found it, and now you got this lady. And there's witnesses that, she got spit in the face. I mean, we're talking, and where the monkeys were from was from Africa. And then people are also going, people are also going on the fact that Billy Goat predicted that the worldwide real pandemic can come from Africa, which is called I wouldn't even know how to say the name. Of it, what he was actually talking about, and it's from Africa, same place. I mean, so many dots are always getting connected, and it's like, man, that's on it. I guess my tangent will lead to me like, man, people need to stay the fuck off their devices and just pay attention. The weather is fucking us up. You know what I mean?
I've been saying that.
Prepare yourself for the weather, and then if anything else comes along, then deal with it when it happens.
I'm kind of with Tom on this because I don't believe in coincidence. So now, a lot of you, like Dusty or truck drivers and all that, what are the odds of the bazillions of people driving down highways, carrying loads of shit, that suddenly this thing had an accident and it's all over there? I don't believe in coincidence.
So you believe in Arkham Racing?
but there's like a 1 in gazillion chance it just happened to be that thing full of monkey. Come on now. Something. I smell a rat. I mean, I
in the
go
middle
there.
of what we're going through, and they've been leaking this
Exactly.
knowledge of smallpox, right, for this whole entire time, and then all of a sudden, well, we found some vials here in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. They're marked that, but we don't know. By the way, in Russia, where the only other vials were, they just kind of blew up. You
And
know what I
who's
mean?
this
Like
woman
all.
anyway? I only believe like less than not even any of what I hear. Who's this woman? Is she real? Is she even really sick? I don't know. It's just
Yeah, I
somebody.
don't.
Did her kids need their student loans paid off? Who the fuck knows? Maybe she's hanging out in our house and she's fine. I don't really know. You can't believe anything you hear. You know what I mean? But I don't
If she
believe in
is sick, she
coincidence.
got sick awful fast, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
But then you got to ask yourself. That actually was put out on mainstream for the most part. So if it's put out on MSM, I don't fucking believe it. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I want to
Then
address what Scat Pat and 2 said in the comments about The Simpsons. Did you know Matt Groening actually wrote another cartoon called Futurama?
Futurama, yeah.
I've heard of Futurama.
And the leader of one of the planets was the leader of Omicron Persei.
No way.
Yeah. I posted a video that somebody else did on my community tab about in Star Trek how many times they said the planet Omicron. The planet.
Well,
yes.
Well, the significance I think behind it isn't the actual Omicron name, is the fact that the Greek alphabet is used like throughout all our civilizations. You know what I mean? Why that specific? Why name them those specific names? You know what I mean? Is it to keep us thinking? Is it to find these Easter eggs throughout all our?
Most of your
society?
medical stuff is in Latin.
It's all Latin. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But most of us don't know that Latin shit, right? I don't know, man. It's just
I'm pretty
too
good
many.
at English and profane. That's about the only languages I speak.
Hola,
What's that?
¿Cómo se llama?
Orale, mamacita.
And that's a weird version right there, because you know how many Spanish languages there are? There's 5.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's including Spain, where it originated from. And it originated really in Rome.
Oh, good hurricane.
The Romans is Latin. Yeah, Italy. So it goes all the way back to the Catholic Church.
No doubt.
Right.
Well, Spanish is the second largest language spoken around the world, right? Chinese is the first, and we're the third, right?
No, I believe we're. Yeah, you might be right. We might be.
Chinese is the first, just because the billion or Mandarin or whatever it is that.
Mandarin is
Yeah, it's the most.
Only because the
spoken
population of Chinese are so big.
Right.
Look at him, just only because of this. He's like, only because there's way more of them.
But is it really a them? And I said this to you before, and I still tell you, we're stuck in a moment of time. And I think each version of human beings are just an evolution, and they were able to bring it back. Let's say you took all the DNA of the original European descent, and you kept taking them back in time and repopulating. But okay, then what happens when they evolve? You bring that back. But there was 2, so Lilith and Adam. That was the first original 2. A lot of people keep forgetting that it was just mentioned briefly in the King James Bible. Oh, yeah, it was the first one. But it didn't work out because they couldn't get along, because they came from the same ground. So God made Eve because she was more submissive. That's why men have one less rib than women, because we gave one rib up for Eve to be,
Conditioning 101 in full force and action, even back then. All right.
Well, there's a lot of weird stuff, but let's go to something weirder. 1984, the story says.
Oh.
Exactly what we're doing right here. This is 1984. We're doing right now. We are literally conducting ourselves, showing our faces. There's no privacy, and we are policing ourselves, and we call them people trolls.
Good point.
And Google mods. Because reality, how do you know who's really a Google mod? I've got a channel that's called Google Mod, and I could do everything a troll can do, or I could do everything a Google mod could do, which is just report a channel. You know, that's all you do: flag their content, and then you got to jump through the hoops.
Yep.
You know? And it's just a book. It's not something to take seriously. But the guy who wrote the book says, "Do not let it get this bad." In his last interview with BBC, which I actually did publish that on my channel, if somebody else has published, copyrighted on them. But he says when he was in his dying bed, his last interview with BBC says, "Don't let it get to this point to where we're going to be policing ourselves. There's no privacy, and we're going to be confused and delusional by our own information. You know, our own conjecture, how you feel. Oh, I can buy into what you believe," because people who don't believe in anything can easily be convinced of anything.
Yeah.
So stay true to your convictions.
Absolutely.
Did you
Guardian?
Oh God, this guy's back.
He's back with a vengeance. Go ahead, Ghetto.
What are you talking about, Ghetto? I came back just for you, bro. And now you're saying this guy's back. What the fuck's up with that, dude?
What's up, brother? Finally caught you.
Yeah, it's good to see you, man. Just had a couple of beers and had to pop up on the stream as well and join you guys. I mean, coffees. Sorry. Agreed, Dusty, with your coffee mug over there and your big smile.
It's a little bit of rum.
It's a Starbucks, man.
No, it's good to see you. Thank you for allowing me on the panel, Tom. I'll behave though. Don't worry.
And I was just gonna say something real smart. What the hell were you just talking about, Dusty?
I forgot, man.
The 1984 book, and don't let it get to that point.
Yeah. Thank you, Tom. So, did you you remember that letter from God that Hawk shared with us the other night? Now, did you see the devil one, Tom?
No.
Would you be able to share that with him, Dusty? It's called "If I Was the Devil."
Oh, I've heard that, but yeah, I'll be happy to share that. I've heard that.
Harvey.
It's only about 3 minutes long, but this and the timing that it was written, that's all these people had told us. They were screaming to us. And I don't find this as coincidental. I really don't. I don't think that, somebody's reaching from 50 years ago and saying, "Hey, Ghetto, pay attention to this," or "Hey, Tom," you know what I mean? They've been screaming from the rooftops. We just haven't been listening. We were going on our daily lives,
Man, we've had it so soft. We don't think so, but we have.
Yeah.
And
I
we
just
got
have to say something to Hurricane. You have to put an S in there, EST. And Mayan Latin is meum, M-E-U-M, which is a masculine form of my. In Latin, U-M is masculine. The ending A is feminine. But you have to put EST in front of your name, which is. You can put them in any order, by the way. It all translates to the same thing. I actually speak that dead language fluently and read it and write it and everything. Okay. I just figured I'd say that. I do. Well, some of you that are tight with me know that. Yeah.
I'm wondering, do you guys also believe in the whole statement where hard times make strong people, and then strong people make easy times, and then easy times make for weak people, and weak people make for hard times, and then hard times make for strong people, and it obviously carries on and on like that? Are you guys familiar? And do you stand with that?
I think it's the human circle.
I put it in the private chat, and I put it in the thing, so you have time to go ahead and put your little disclaimer banner up if you wanted to.
Oh, okay.
Oh, do you have to put that up?
Probably better.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I can
because he's a younger channel here.
Okay.
That's adequate, isn't it?
Yeah. As far as I know.
Yeah. I mean,
my channel, man, I don't care. I'll take anybody's stuff.
We don't mean no harm. Give us a break.
But I also put it in the chat on YouTube and in the private chat on StreamYard.
Oh, do I need to do it in YouTube as well? I didn't know that. How do I
Oh,
do
you're
that?
good. You should be good, right?
It should be good.
Right.
I just put the video link it's in there.
Yeah, I was going to share the link in chat. I appreciate it, Dusty. It'd be nice to hear it again, honestly.
All right, and I'm not sure what I'm doing. Am I supposed to play that now? Just click on the link or what?
You can share it.
How?
You know how we do the share thing with you? You can do the same thing.
I don't know how you do that.
Down at the bottom of your screen, it'll say mic, stop
Share.
cam, share.
Yeah.
And then how many screens do you got?
You mean how many monitors do I have?
Yeah.
One.
Oh.
Dusty says that like he thinks everybody has 10 screens in front of him like he does.
Other people put it up for me, Dusty.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
And I just click on something and make it play.
I'm an old man, Dusty.
Why can't you do that? Okay, here we go.
So everybody in chat, man, good job, by the way, Tom. You've had over 50 people this whole entire night.
It's
Is
awesome.
this the one if I were the devil?
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome.
If I were the devil. If I were the devil. If I were the prince of darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness, and I'd have a third of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree. So I'd set about, however necessary, to take over the United States. I'd subvert the churches first. I'd begin with a campaign of whispers. With the wisdom of a serpent, I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve, do as you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth. I would convince them that man created God instead of the other way around. I would confide that what's bad is good and what's good is square. And the old I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington. And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills. If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, and nations at war with themselves, until each in its turn was consumed. And with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions. Just let those run wild. Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door. Within a decade, I'd have prisons overflowing. I'd have judges promoting pornography. Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and then from the houses of Congress. And in his own churches, I would substitute psychology for religion and deify science. I would lure priests and pastors into misusing boys and girls and church money. If I were the devil, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas a bottle. If I were the devil, I'd take from those who have and give to those who wanted until I had killed the incentive of the ambitious. And what'll you bet? I couldn't get whole states to promote gambling as the way to get rich. I would caution against extremes in hard work, in patriotism, in moral conduct. I would convince the young that marriage is old-fashioned, that swinging is more fun, that what you see on TV is the way to be. And thus I could undress you in public, and I could lure you into bed with diseases for which there is no cure. In other words, if I were the devil, I'd just keep right on doing what he's doing. Paul Harvey. Good day.
Forget how powerful his work was. That guy was good.
Right?
Yeah.
Man.
My father listened to him.
Appreciate that, Dusty.
Yeah, thank you, Dusty. My wife was over there tearing up like, man, my grandparents used to listen to him all the time.
what he's saying is true though. Like there's so much truth to what he's saying there.
It was in the 60s, Guardian. That's the crazy part. I think that one was what, 1968 or was it 70?
64.
64.
I think that's what it said.
Yeah, that's before my mom-in-law was born. My wife was just saying, like that's really deep. And it's exactly what's happening now more and more. It seems like over time, the more that time lapses, the more that we get towards that, like the more that we go towards that path.
Yeah, that's what they're doing in Florida right now is the gambling thing. We're voting on the gambling thing here.
Yeah.
Do we want to be able to gamble at home?
I vote yes.
Well, even the lottery, you know, it's the same thing. And how many states have gone to a lottery? I know we have years ago.
Yeah.
Well, there's only like 3 or 4 states that can gamble online.
Yeah.
And the thing
I remember.
is,
You remember back in the MySpace days is when I started my tournament poker online with Poker Stars and everybody. It was a big deal, man. I had a huge group of people. I used to do the tournaments that were like 500, 1,000 people. You know, I was really good at the big ones. And money, it's money. It's not for fun. And then suddenly that all came to a screeching halt. So like you sign up for a new site, you had to scramble where to go to actually do it decent. Because if I'm playing poker, I'm not doing it for fun. I want to play for money. And the thing is, they got rid of all of it, and then it's like, oh, you're in the state of Florida, so you can't do it for money. And all. I'm like, really? You know, I don't need you to hold my hand. You know, and it sucks, man. That all went the way of the dinosaur. Little by little, they eliminated everything. You know, I don't know what's going on now. You know, but it really kind of sucks because in the beginning days, I was on like Poker Stars. There was another good one. There was like 4 sites I was on doing tournament poker back in the day. That's in the
That'd be
late
funny,
90s,
Nikki.
early 2000s. Yeah.
That'd be funny if we played against each other, Nikki.
Oh, that'd be so much fun, man. I would love to do that.
No, I'm thinking we may have actually. That's what I meant. I remember I placed the best I got on like it was what was it, 13,000 people. You know, the free rolls.
Oh, the free rolls. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I got 17th place out of 13,000 of them, and then
Oh yeah,
that
if we
was
were up, they probably definitely ran into each other, no doubt.
yeah. And then, but see, I also made money through the actual play chip side because there was people with a huge addiction just for the poker play chips, and they would buy. So what they're doing now is something that was going on the whole entire time is people would buy the play chips from other people. So we had, because we had designated games like races and cuts, just made games that we made ourselves, and we'd have a big group of people that would follow these certain games.
Oh wow!
But no, I'm not trying to incriminate myself. IRS be like, what were you saying there, sir?
Speak a little more clearly into the microphone, please.
Right? You say that a little clearer. You know, I didn't know that about the groups. I only did the big games, and you know, and I didn't have to actually do much depositing, man, because even if you get like if you're in a 2,000-3,000 seat tournament, which even in relation to online was kind of small, right? When you're dealing with free rolls and all that, you still bank pretty well, you know. I did really good. Yeah.
I'm doing a poker
But
night,
that was
man. There's way too many
seemed like a
people on here.
lifetime ago. Holy
Way
shit.
too many people on here I
Seems like
come
a
across that love playing poker. I'm gonna do a hold'em night on my channel. I'm gonna start setting it
Oh,
up
I'm addicted
tomorrow
to
and
that
then
shit, man.
and
It's such a
designate
shame I
a
don't have time to play anymore.
certain day for it.
I love it. And you know what? A lot of people give you grief. You know, it's like, oh, you're gambling and all that. It really isn't. I mean, if you're a hardcore poker player, it's all psychological, man. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And if
It's
you
all
go to
about
money
lying. It's
tables
how good
and
can you lie?
it's right. If you go to the money tables with the people that are actually, if you see them in real life casino settings that are truly addicted to gambling and can't control themselves, these are the people you're going to make money on morning, noon, and night. Because you have to have a measure of self-control in tournaments is about patience. I can't tell you, there's sometimes I fold 32 hands in a row. And let me tell you, you fold 20 or 30 hands in a row and then you play a hand, I don't care if it's a deuce 3 offsuit. You're making money, because these dingbats are like, shit, she's got something good, especially if you're a girl. They just fall for it, these dumbasses. But, it's easier in person than it is online. Online is harder to read people because you're not looking them in the face, right?
People reader,
You know,
yep.
so you have to see their dumbass habits, if they like go all in all the time online or because they're just idiots. But anyway, it was a it's quite a bit of fun, and I love poker because to me it's not gambling. It's you have to use your brain quite a bit, and it was challenging for me. I love it.
Yeah.
I've been
You have
to about
time to it,
I've, I've been to about 7 casinos, and out of those 7 casinos, I've seen a dude carrying a luggage down the highway with his wife 20 feet in front of him with her arms crossed, marching. I think he just lost his car. I see people gambling their houses.
Yeah. Yeah.
The cruise ship was pretty cool, man. You can get on the cruise ship for $13 in Jacksonville.
Really?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Just a
I
day
always wanted.
It's a bit of a
You
drive
got those?
for me, but
Y'all got them gambling boats? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but it's a big cruise ship though. It's pretty big.
Those are the cruise ship. Yeah, so not like down south where they have the big casino boats.
Nah.
Like with the thing on
the old
back.
steam engine looking one.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I've been to the one in
like cruise ships. Yeah.
up there at Cabbage Hill in Oregon at on the reservation. That one I just went for the buffet personally. I got to see Star Wars when it came out there. You
talking about Lincoln City? Like Chinook Winds?
The one right there at the bottom of Cabbage Hill. Oh.
Are you speaking about the good Star Wars, Dusty, or the modern ones?
The modern ones. They had a theater in there, and the other ones I went to, the 2 in Mississippi I went to was the Golden Star and the Silver Star and the Golden Moon. And I've been to, and I learned real quick, you don't play the house when you're just playing 21. Don't play blackjack, just the house. I won't go over $50. That's how much I'm willing to give, and walk away. It's just about being there.
Yeah.
And I love the penny slots.
Do that.
Fucking penny slots, man. Me and my wife done dumped a couple hundred in them freaking penny slots.
Dude, I won. I put $1 in there and won $13. I cashed out and said, that's good enough for me.
Yeah, you're like
Well,
me.
they hate people like you,
man.
too,
I'm
man.
like, if I walk in there with $5 and I come out with 10, I'm like, I win. I'm rich.
Great.
Right? That's how I see it too. You like poker, Tom?
No, man. I don't. I haven't
Well,
played
you have to
poker.
have self-control. You have to have a measure of self-control because it can be addictive, the game. And so the way I used to do it is I have a set budget. So I jump my car. I mean, like I said, if I go live, over here to Isle or when I did Hard Rock, I had a budget. I took $100 or $150 with me, and that was it. I don't dip. I don't do anything. If I make it, like let's say I make some money, so now I made like 300. So that's the 150 I came with. That gets shelved. It gets hidden in a pocket somewhere. And now that 150 is found money, then I go and mess with that. So if I can make more on that, I've made more. If I lose it, I leave with what I came with. But you have to be insanely disciplined, especially when you're
Seriously.
playing poker.
Yeah.
And a lot of
Oh,
people
yeah.
can't do that, yeah.
Oh,
I'll tell you,
If you're like that, you won't lose money. You actually won't lose money, but it's tough. You have to be disciplined. It's like drinking.
I had a cousin do a scratch-off lottery ticket and win $1 million.
Oh no!
Oh
Yeah.
snap! Really?
Wow.
Oh yeah. But $1 million these days is not a lot of money. He didn't retire with it. He went back to work the next day. Running. He does tile work, so he said, "I got to save that for kids' education."
Yeah.
Well, that's what gets me too, right? Y'all were talking about taxes, and Tom, I was like, I'm not going on. I'm not going on. I'm not going on because I won't be able to stay quiet because you know me with the tax bullshit. But it's like, right, like you said, what's $1 million, right? because Uncle Sam's busy shoving it up your ass and taking most of it out of there. And then when you're done with that, in today's speak, it's not a lot of money, man. And that's my thing too. You know, you have a little fun, you get a lottery ticket. Why does Uncle Sam get to sit there with their thumb up their ass and take half of what you've got for doing
Yeah.
absolutely nothing? You know, that's like ordering a hooker to come to your house and she ain't putting out. You just wasted your money. You're paying her for nothing.
Man,
I'm
I
serious.
hate that when that happens, huh,
I
Guardian?
know, right?
Too.
Nikki, that's how I feel about decaffeinated coffee. It's like a hooker that just wants to cuddle. You know?
Sorry, Guardian. I know your wife is probably right next to you listening as well. So is
You just
mine.
call me
So I
out of the
had
blue and be like, "My Guardian, what the fuck was up with that?"
I had to pull you.
My
See, all
Guardian.
these other guys, their wives can't hear it or nothing. So I'm like, well, shit, my wife's in chat.
Did he hear? Did he hear her now asking what did he say?
I'm busy playing a game, so I'm like involved with my own teammates here and everything, you know.
No, we were good until we raised the attention.
Yeah. If you said nothing, it would have been all right. Now I'm curious.
My bad, my bad.
Ghetto was saying what a lovely thing it is to be in a happy, committed, beautiful relationship, and I agree with him as well. I think that Ghetto's on point.
Absolutely.
Yeah, soulmates. And, you know, the
Yeah,
best
dude,
thing.
exactly, bro. You see, that's what I like about Ghetto is he gets connected to that side.
I do. You know, I was actually mad. So check this out. I got my wife some flowers last night, right?
Cool.
And I had them delivered.
Oh.
They were fucking fake. And I was mad. But see, look, I was pissed off about that. I was like, man, what the? And she's like, how is it you've been with me for 20 years and you don't understand? I like fake flowers more than real ones. Those ones just die. I could keep these ones forever. So I don't know if she was making me feel better or if it was like, you know what I mean? Because she probably over there like, you cheap son of a bitch. I was like, well, I was wondering
Good
why
way
they
to
were a little
talk
bit
your ass
cheaper.
out of that one.
That's ammunition for later. That's ammunition for later, man.
Oh, man.
Dude, I can do you one worse than that. Was it you that I was telling that I worked for the grave digger, the excavation guy? And we covered up a grave, and this idiot that was working with us took flowers off that grave and took them home to his wife. She damn near left him because she knew where he got them.
Oh,
Man,
God.
my wife would have took me to that graveyard and put me in that grave.
Oh, it's terrible. Oh, man.
I mean, this
You
guy
know
was
what?
a
That's
fool,
so
but
sweet, though. You brought her flowers.
20
I mean,
years.
they weren't real, so she's probably going to slap you upside the head the second time. But hey,
Honestly
it's a thought
loved
that
it.
counts.
And come to think about it, I mean, like I said, I've been with her for 20 years. She still has the very first bear that I got her, the very first fake flower. Because I got her, I remember our first Valentine's, I got her this big ass balloon that had like a bear in it, flower in it, you know, and candlesticks or whatever. You know, she keeps all of it. She hoards all this stuff that I've gotten her throughout the years. And so I'm come to think of it, I think she does like those more. Maybe that. Oh hell, man! When it comes to my woman, hell yeah, I'm hard as nails if I got to be, but I'd rather be a fucking teddy bear. I love my woman.
Well, here's
and
your fake
all
ass
women.
homemade dinner.
She's gonna throw something nice on later, like come to bed, baby. Here's a pocket pussy. Give me fake flowers. Don't give me a fake one.
Oh, that's so great. That's a beautiful thing, you know. It really is. Good stuff. It's little things, you know. You don't realize how little things mean a lot to some people, you know. It really does.
yeah, just showing that you were thinking, that you care. Yeah.
Yeah,
that means a lot to us women because most guys ain't thinking. Just saying.
It's worked so far. I know she knows them rings are fake. You didn't have
Actually,
it when you went.
His
You
brain is
didn't have
above his
those.
shoulder blades sometimes. Who'd have thunk?
My wife says you didn't have those rings when you went into that truck stop.
You know what? You know what? That you said that, Dusty. That's funnier than shit. I bought my wife's first engagement ring from Jubit's, from the freaking gift shop. It was a ruby. I mean, it was probably a fake ruby. Obviously, it was like $15 or something. But we were having, because man, they got a really good chicken and dumplings there, and that's where we were eating that night. And I mean, again, I was with her for like a month, though, guys. I mean, I was only with her for like a month. And I'm like, oh man, I'm keeping this one. So I put on the whole, dog and pony show for her, and hey, it worked. Just waiting for somebody better to come along. I don't know. It's a long way.
Multiply the head times 3. All right, we're keeping count. Right. That's actually pretty cool. It really is.
Well, I figured. I mean, they had a little vending machine. You know those little vending machines where you get the little plastic balls that come out,
and the chicken goes around balking.
Yeah, the little jewelry. I was like, okay, should I go for that one? The cheesier, maybe the more sweeter it is for it. I'm just trying to save $10, but I'm like, nah, I think this one deserves a real ring. And I'm over here praying for like a month, like, don't turn green, don't turn green, don't turn green. Luckily, it was real sterling silver though, so that was pretty cool.
Excellent.
Wedding ring, guys. It's the clown. It's the face clowns. It's smile now, cry later clowns, and it's just sterling silver. My wife has never ever been materialistic. Yeah, she's never been materialistic. Cool. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's so funny. That's how I know you guys are cool, man. Everybody used to make fun of us at the shop because they're like, man, you and Gary been together forever. When you get married, and I'm like, we had an agreement, man. I was like, man, I've done that route. I learned from my mistakes, unlike most people, because I was married before, So I'm like, if it ain't broke, why fix it? But if you get the bug up your ass to do that shit, please don't give me a box with a giant rock in it. I've got no use for it. But if I have a motorcycle and I need a new exhaust, put a bow on it. They're like, you're a fucking weirdo. I'm not a weirdo.
Great. Son of a bitch.
Because it's all this materialistic crap, and I never understood that. People are like, my rock's bigger than yours, I mean, if we parade around as women and we're like, my guy's thing's bigger than yours, I get it. But the whole rock thing, no, I don't get it. So, and I don't want it because I was in the jewelry business, so it's all about heart, I mean, if you go out there and you're like, you know what, I do know what that plant is. I'm going to rip a piece off, twist it into a ring, and there you go. Oh, forget it. I'll keep it the rest of my life, man. I don't need anything more than that, This is what people need to get back down to again. Too much materialism in our society and placement
to not snitch on people.
Worth to it. Right. Yeah. So that's a great.
My wife's literally taken all my street cred from me. We're talking about jewelry and trinkets. We're not talking about letters and poems, okay?
But they're not. Good morning, Song of the South, sir. How are you this morning?
I love that, by the way, man. No, dude, ghetto for real. Like some of all the best guys that I know definitely have that soft spot and are willing to also have like a tough exterior when it needs to count, but at the same time also willing to be, chivalrous and be willing to treat a lady the way that ladies deserve to be treated. So I definitely got a lot of time for that, man.
Well, I tried. One of those letters meant I was trying to get in her pants that night. I'm still a man, okay?
Sure, dude. It's a good ghetto, man.
20 years later, Ghetto does. Roses are red, violets are blue. She's standing behind me. What do I do?
Oh, that's brilliant.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Gonna slap you upside the head.
And man, we all got to stop and think sometimes. You get a little bit irritated with her and all that. But hey, that was the girl that you couldn't live without at one time.
Yeah, and I still can't live without her, even though she's 5 feet away from me now, laughing at me. Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt you, Tom.
No, that's all I was saying. But you got to go
Sounds
back to
right.
that time when you couldn't live without that girl, because you still
It's
can't.
Yeah,
hilarious.
yeah. You have to embarrass me. I wish she would stop farting though. I'm gonna put it
Oh,
out there. I
fuck.
don't care. I think every man agrees with me. When you get past that year, all of a sudden they just wah.
Well,
The
they
hell,
do, but
man!
it don't stink.
Bullshit.
Oh my
The
god.
hell. See, embarrass me, woman. Get your ass out. He's redder than a tomato now.
Oh god. Yeah, see, I'm the opposite. We actually made jokes about that on some of my lives back then. I'm like, oh fuck, man, they're gonna fart me out of the fucking bedroom, and I end up on the couch. I'm like, dude, for real? I didn't feed you that terribly tonight. I mean, for fuck's sake. Yeah, let me tell you, that's a fart fucking king right there. Like y'all were talking about gas the other day. Shit, I ain't worried about it. I'll just put a tube in my bedroom and leave. I'll be able to power my truck for like a year.
I'm
Well,
sorry, Tom. I didn't mean to make the conversation about farts.
It's okay.
We,
It had to go there sooner or later, right? Why not you do it?
It's me and my wife, Nikki.
right? Is it? Oh God, horsey.
This is okay. So now we know when Dusty's wife is asleep.
I'm
She knows she's not paying
heaven.
attention to this live stream.
No, she's on the
That's
pasture.
beautiful thing.
She's not gonna let him call her a horse.
Ah, he's killing me. Now he knows I'm a horse girl. Oh man, I love that shit. Hey, don't be saying nothing smart.
That horse actually did kiss me.
Yeah, they do, man. Horses are amazing. You know what else do you know in
Scary.
nature you can grab out of the wild, and in short order you can tame it, ride it, and it'll do whatever you want. Horses,
Yep.
man.
We still talking about
Hardly
women or
anything else
horses?
on the planet will do that. Yep. Horses are incredible animals. Yeah, they're incredible. They really
My
are.
wife swears she tamed me.
Mine
wife
says
knows
I ain't
better.
housebroke yet, so I don't know.
My wife knows better. I don't think she wants me tamed. Not like that, anyways.
It's
Tamed
easy
in all
to
the
tame
good
you
ways.
guys. If it isn't, there's a
No,
good
no,
set of
no,
handcuffs
no.
and a few whips to get that job done. They all give in eventually.
Look, all
Just
right.
saying.
So, okay. So, how does your guys' relationships work? Because it depending on how mad we're at with each other, and it's usually very seldom that we get in any kind of fights. But depending on how mad we are, that's who sleeps on the couch. It's not just a ghetto go to the couch type of thing. Because if she knows I'm right, doesn't want to admit it, she'll be the one that usually sleeps on the couch. And then tomorrow it'll be like, I'll never really get a full sorry. I mean, that whole woman thing. But you know what
Never
I
gonna
mean? But you
happen.
can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, never
You know
gonna
what I
happen.
mean? But I'll still get breakfast. Now when she's really pissed and I need to say sorry, that's when I'm not getting shit.
That's right.
I mean,
That's
it's
how
the
it
tell
works.
signs,
You guys are easily bribed with food. Well, I have to say, yeah, as you all know, part of it, I went through a little bit of rough patch, but I will say, um, we've done this thing because I've been with Gary now 16 years, and there was one thing in the very beginning we said: no matter what happens, never go to bed angry. And
Yep.
it's been a rough time, but again, the one that ends up on the couch is me because I like the couch. It's really nice. It's soft. I can put my foot up. I'm like, fuck it. And the dog lays there and he gets all snuggly with me, so that's what I do. But yeah, that was our number one rule. No matter what, never go to bed angry, no matter what. And still today, I can say the same thing for all the bad that's transpired in a couple of times now, which I won't get into, but still do not go to bed angry. It doesn't help
I
you
don't
because
know.
in the
Go ahead,
context of
Nikki.
I hate to bring Ron up, but you never know when you go to bed and you don't wake up
You
tomorrow.
ain't gonna be there.
Never go to bed angry, folks. No matter what. There's nothing so important in the world that you need to go to bed angry. You'll have bad dreams, you won't sleep well. Deal with it when you wake up. You know what I mean?
Well, it carries on to the next day. I mean, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
It does.
You wake up with irritation.
It does.
Now, that being said, Mrs.
Not
Ghetto, I'm
for
going to
you.
be pretty pissed off if that peanut butter pie ain't done so I can have something for breakfast. Just saying.
With peanut butter.
Nikki, I can't say I've never gone to bed angry, but I'm really thinking back, and I don't think one time anybody's ever slept on the couch because of anger.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe
Like a
sometimes
TV
if you're
show.
too drunk to get to bed or something like that. But
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
never
for the
out of
most
Not
part,
worth
we'll
it. It's not worth
we'll
it.
still sleep next to each other, pissed off.
Yeah.
I'll purposely lean up against her just so I can fart. You know, those little. Yeah, pick your battles.
For real though, I don't even understand the whole thing, right? Because my wife and I kind of disagree on this topic. We were just chatting about it now while you guys were speaking.
I like to stay up and fight, and he wants to go sleep mid-fight, and then
think-
I want to like punch his throat.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
real.
I am the
Like,
same as your wife, dude. That pisses me off when she just wants to. Well, let's just ignore it. No, hell
Yes.
no, man. We finished
No,
this shit.
like you shouldn't have a discussion about something when you guys are already feeling like aggravated, and that's what my point
No,
is,
but
right?
is
that like it gives you guys a bit of time to rethink about things.
See that now we're going to start fighting online.
Fucking Americans causing fights in South Africa. What the hell? I'm so sorry, Miss Guardian.
And we're not even making any money on it.
Last time.
Tomorrow's gonna be on the news and shit. We started a war over in South Africa.
Guardian prepping on YouTube.
No, I'm agreeing with Kay. You're agreeing with
Yes.
Guardian. I'm
No, the
agreeing with
problem is
Kay.
I can't sleep when I'm
Yeah.
So then I've just got to sit there like feeling really mad at you, hating you even more because you can just sleep like that.
Yeah.
It's really
And then
upsetting.
this is something that also
agree
like
with
makes
her.
it kind of jealous, right? Sorry, Ghetto. This is like something that really makes.
Sleep so easy. Like
Give me
he
30
can
seconds.
Just fall asleep. Like his head
Give me
touches
30
the
seconds,
pillow
man.
and he's gone. And like I'm like, let me put
You
on
want
a
to
series.
you want to choke him out while he's sleeping. I understand.
100%.
How the hell can you sleep right now? I'm pissed. Yeah, I hate that shit.
Dude, that's exactly what she said to me is how can I sleep when she's so pissed off? How inconsiderate is it of me to go ahead and just go and sleep? Which is such a good point, dude.
What guys do?
Y'all
man.
know what we're talking about. That's some real stuff, man. Oh,
My ex-wife would try to start something with me, and I don't like to fight. I won't do it if there's any way, and it
Right.
would just infuriate her. She'd get that much madder that I wouldn't fight. So-
Yeah, those are people
get
that
it.
are into that, though. It's not a good
Yeah.
thing. Not.
Next
Hey,
time
you
on
might
Jerry
have to
Springer.
get
You see what Dusty's doing there as well, Nikki?
I
Jerry,
love Jerry Springer. Jerry Springer is the best trash TV in the world. It's
No,
the best.
we actually really enjoy it. Like no
No,
jokes.
we
Like we
really
watch
enjoy
it as like an entertaining
And
thing.
if
For
there's
us.
a midget, oh my
If
god.
If I was in another country, I would love to see Americans get on TV looking like jackasses. So I got to agree with y'all on that.
All right.
Well, I was in the
No.
trailer park. I was doing my
No.
thing like normal.
Like, look at these dumbass Americans again. Shit, they're on every day at 3 o'clock. I love Jerry.
Oh, shit.
So,
Well, it's kind of refreshing, actually, Guardian, that clear across the globe we have the same struggle in both households. I mean, honestly, it is kind of. I could swear, like, I've never had a relationship like I've had with my wife. Granted, we've been together half my life, but I've unfortunately been with a lot of women before her, and I've never met
Choose your
anybody
words
like her.
carefully.
No, she already knows. But my point is like I've never been with anybody like her, and I think that's what happens, you know, with your soulmate. Obviously, I've never been with somebody like her because I would have probably stayed with them. But just the relationship wise, the hell you bring? Oh hell
Can I
no!
ask
I'm
you
getting
quickly
out of
what-
here, man. Not this dude.
What's up,
Oh,
Craig?
hell no.
Good to see
Sorry,
you, man.
Guardian.
Hey y'all, I'm sorry. I just popped up to say hello. I'm Loopy from the Meds, but dude, I've been loving watching all night, like with on Zach and Tom. And dude, look, I love you guys. Y'all are keeping me entertained, man. Well, I'm gonna be stuck in bed for about 6 weeks. Y'all are keep it up.
Oh
All
wow,
right.
man.
I'll put my
I
cash
won't
app in the
question about
description.
What's going on? But prayers. That sounds serious.
Oh yeah, you know, I had hernia surgery.
Oh.
So, well, I'll show you. I got all these holes in
What
my
don't
belly.
show?
I got 4 holes in my stomach.
Wow.
And my testicle was incarcerated by my intestines.
You finally got this sex toy stuck, huh?
And here's the craziest.
You
My
finally got
right
it
nut,
stuck in you.
yeah, my right nut's bigger than my left nut now. So I got that going for me.
Isn't it usually though? You guys have like your nuts are not the same size. They're usually one's bigger than the other, right?
No, they're like women's tits. They're always lopsided.
Yeah, we usually sometimes they're symmetrical, but yeah, one's.
Nothing in nature is perfect.
Uh-oh. Did she slap him off the street? Look, he got slapped off the stream.
Oh, dude, I hope he wasn't uncomfortable.
Well, he can't see when it's coming.
Well, listen,
But,
Craig,
love y'all.
stay down and don't hurt yourself because, you know, you can't afford
Tom,
that.
I can't lift shit. I can't even lift a rifle. I can't lift
Okay.
anything over 10 pounds.
All right.
Sucks.
That means you got to pee sitting down, right?
Yeah, I've been pretty much. I mean, yeah, I do.
It depends.
In the bed, I got a piss bucket. Hold on, let me show you. I can urinate in this.
Oh, I thought that was a gravy
You guys
boat.
are lucky, man. We can't do that. You guys suck.
Yeah, I just flop her in there. I flop him in there. I kind of turn to the side, flop him in there, and he does his biz, and then I just pop the top, and my beautiful
one
wife
of those
takes
at a
it.
yard sale. We've been using it as a gravy boat.
Yeah, could be used for that too.
I didn't know.
As a former trucker, I would recommend a wide mouth Mountain Dew bottles.
I was walking around. Like my wife came in to tell me to walk around. Hey, they were talking about how like women like fighting and going to bed mad and all that stuff. And I came on here specifically to say that my wife is amazing dealing with me in this time of need, man. I mean, and I hate asking her to do all this stuff because I can't do for myself. And when that happens, that's when you really realize, well, I already really, we've been through so much together.
And
But
he doesn't sleep.
and I don't sleep.
Get a quick look.
And
Get a quick look.
wait, there she is.
This is what I look like.
She's crazy.
Mrs. Craig.
It's made her mad. It's made her mad.
Beautiful wife there, brother.
Thank you,
Wish
man.
mine
She's
was.
That's when you know somebody loves you.
That's true. Much respect.
You know when they love you when they wipe the boo boo off your booty. That's when you know they
Yeah.
really love you.
She hadn't gone that far yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Wait.
It'll happen.
Oh, she did give me. Wait, last night she did give me something to wipe my booty with.
Well, there you go.
So
that's a step, right?
Yep. But yeah, you know, for all the bad times, there's so many more good times.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
And we get so caught up in little stupid things. Like a lot of the fights that you have are really over stupid things. For example, when I was on the way to the hospital to get the hernia surgery, the hoodie I wanted to wear was not ready. It was in the washer machine and it was wet. And I had purposely put it in there to dry, but she threw more wet clothes in there. And I threw a fit over something stupid as that, you know? So.
What can we
That's how
say,
we do it.
man? You know, we all do shit like that and then regret it. Damn.
Yeah, and then you wonder why
dumb.
we put up with you guys on any given day of the week. We deserve a fucking medal. Damn it.
Y'all really do.
So do we. Do this shit once a
Don't
month.
fight me.
A week out of the month.
I'm going to pop out of here. I'm talking too much and I'm loopy and I love y'all. And
Hey, Craig,
look,
heal, man. We're praying for you.
I love y'all, man. Keep doing what y'all are doing. It's great. I
Thanks
have
for
nothing
coming.
to watch but y'all. So
All right.
I'm happy to see you, Greg.
Good night, brother.
Awesome.
love y'all. Later.
It's been nice getting.
welcome.
It's been nice getting to know you, Craig. I really mean that. If you can still hear me at the moment, like it's definitely been a pleasure to get to know you in the chats as well. Sometimes when I'm part of that chat crew and you're there as well, it's always nice to speak to you, man. And I love what you said about your wife. It really is precious. You know, sometimes, you know, we don't always acknowledge how special the people in our lives are, and you know, it's sometimes our tough times that bring that up as well. And it's precious the words you said. And yeah, I don't know where I'd be without mine either, man. So much respect to you, Craig.
Craig, and if your wife is listening still, man, Alice here is still for hire. She needs a break. Alice will take over, certified healthcare provider.
She's
leave it up.
I'm looking for work.
Craig is great. Really.
Better take care of somebody.
Dude is cracked. The hell, Greg is Greg. What the?
Oh my God.
Start charging him to listen to my streams now. Shoot.
Let's see.
You want to bypass that charge? Dusty will be pirating that.
Yeah, he'll be restreaming it on his.
Right.
And by the way, she literally knocked me off the panel, guys. I wasn't even paying attention. I was sitting there, you know, Greg just jumped up. I'm listening. All of a sudden, bam, and my iPad flew up in the air, and I don't have the case on it or nothing, so I had to grab it. When I grabbed it, I knocked myself into YouTube.
Oh.
She literally knocked me off the freaking panel. And she's still laughing in the garage. She's like,
oh, man.
Like, yes, I'm a good shot.
Oh, my God. Right.
She had a home run on that one, little shit.
It's 6:30 here.
Hey, Dusty, this is where we keep talking so Tom can't, you know, get off the stream. So let's start a conversation about the flat earth and how, I'm sorry, Tom.
You're acting like my customers when I tried to retire, man, you know? But, well, you know, Native is coming on now, and you like him.
No, it's weekend.
Oh, it's the weekend.
Yeah.
Damn, it is. All right. Boy, that was
so
fast.
Guardian prepping going live.
Oh, that's right. Today's Saturday. Shit, I forgot.
Yeah, dude. I would gladly go live, but I could go live like my time late in the evening, because then it's most of the people that are on my channel as well are from the States. Like you can look at my, I'll show you some, but it's like 5% local people that are subscribers of mine, and then like the majority are from the US and from Australia and the UK. So like it's, and also I have a large, I don't know why it's happened recently, but I've also started to have a large following and in the Netherlands, so that's pretty cool. But
nice.
Yeah, so it's just interesting. But yeah, that's why I don't go live now. I mean, you guys are there, which would be pretty cool for us to have a live. But if you were wanting for us to like, you know, jump over to mine at some point, it would definitely have to be like late in the evening on my side, like midnight, because I'm definitely a night owl in every way. So we can I'd love to, dude. I actually want to have like a specific interview with you, man. Like I'd love to interview you, not an interview, but like just have like a chat where, you know, I invite you directly onto my channel and we just have a conversation, and get, you know, some of my subscribers would love to listen to some of what you guys chat about as well. So just be a different dynamic, you know.
That sounds lovely. Me and you.
That's what you have to do, Ghetto. Do like a Ghetto swinger, or I'm serious.
I'm just playing, brother. No, yeah, I'm down. The last email I sent you, I was down to get backstage yesterday. Our time is so different, man. But no, I'm down, man. We'll work it out on the timing and stuff like that.
Well, what are you doing for the next like while, dude? Are you busy at the moment, kind of thing? Sorry about my German Shepherd, quite loud over the side here.
Tell him I said good boy.
She's a lady.
Oh,
Tom.
okay.
Yeah, her name's Gaia after Mother Earth. Like Gaia. So she's
Gaia.
Yeah, Gaia. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, it's out of respect though. It's like it's definitely I love like Mother Earth in general. But yeah, if you want to, I figure I could just host one. Like I could host a quick StreamYard and then I'll put the link in. And if you guys, if Native's not going live, I mean, we could have like a chat and just chat about stuff. But that's the thing. Then the chat as well, and the people on the side, I'd love to include them as well because there's some awesome people in the chat. So I don't know whose channel's available at the moment. Dusty Daddy, do you want to go, dude?
Live? Yeah, as long as everybody's drinking coffee and I don't get no more drunks on there.
I'd love to jump over to your channel, man. Like, I'd be more than happy to jump over to your channel, and I'm sure that everybody else here would. That's going to be ending soon. And Tom, like, thank you for being the leader that you are. I really enjoy spending time and listening to you, and the fact that you've got time for my wife and I is incredible. So,
oh, thank you, sir. Honored to have you, and everybody in chat. I am just overwhelmed that so many showed up, stuck it out.
50 of them still.
You guys are awesome. And everybody on the panel, Ghetto, Vaughn went to sleep, I think. But Dusty, your first time on here, I think, and I'm honored to have you. I'm really, this is so cool. I love it. So yeah, man, I'm going to go eat and crash, and I'll be back tomorrow. God bless everybody.
I'm stealing your hat at one point in our lifetime.
Resist.
It's happening.
What about my hat?
I'm stealing
Freedom.
It's going to happen.
Did we drop Dusty's link?
Somebody should do that before I.
Independent that he did.
Yeah.
What did you say about my hat, Nikki?
I want to steal it because I like it.
It's nice and soft, and yeah, man, I love my hat.
It looks
No,
like a hobo.
the real truth is, I actually love Tom because in the past, it's like you get up and you have shit and everything else to deal with, but actually, Tom relaxes me in the morning. I'm so happy
Thank you.
when Tom is on, and every time I see Tom, I want to hug you. I'll be honest with you, you know. I
Mute her,
truly
Tom. This is
appreciate
those
you and
long
love you,
goodbyes.
and I'm still gonna steal your hat.
All right, I'm open.
Mute her,
Hey,
Tom.
chat. Good night. I'm going to end the broadcast. We'll see y'all tomorrow somewhere.